This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's at the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks the third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's down to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
From the Ravens' 27-yard line. 49ers into the backfield. Smith on third down. He will take it himself for first down and more. Alex Smith is in. Touchdown.
His left hip. Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in the post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 40. But it's second down. Ryan takes the snap, goes to slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
Kaepernick shoots it. Hold everybody. Colin Kaepernick. What a game. Touchdown.
Yeah. Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we're here to bring you guys our Week 5 Overreaction show, man. Guys, the game is over. The dust is settled, but the emotions have not. The 49ers fall to 2-3 after starting hot, and I mean hot, 2-0. We have now dropped 3 consecutive games. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. Joining me tonight is my guy, Nick. He is 49er Faithful 365, and we are here to break it all down. What does this mean? Where's your partners? What? So, guys, it's time, man. Nick, you all right over there, buddy? How you feeling, man? Nope, nothing. Can't hear Nick at all. Okay. All right, guys. I think we lost Nick. Wait, hello? Nick? Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Can you guys in the chat hear me? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you got don't give me a thumbs up on the video. Like in the chat, say yes, or give me some kind of confirmation that you guys can hear me in the chat. I want to make sure that it's not the feed. We can hear. Okay. All right, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where Nick is. The 49ers fall to the undefeated Arizona Cardinals. And yes. Okay. I see y'all. Okay. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for letting me know, guys. You guys are on top of it over there. If Nick comes back, he comes back. If not, I don't quite know. But the 49ers fall to the undefeated Arizona Cardinals in a game that I honestly feel like we had, guys. The final score of the game was 17-10. We passed up on 6 points and field position. I won't say field position because one of the times we were at the half-a-yard line where we passed up on them. But the 49ers were there. It felt like they did everything right. I mean, if you just go down and look at the stats and look at the numbers, it's 2 games now where the Niners dominated in almost every statistical category except final score. Total plays, the Niners had 59 to the Cardinals 60. Right? But total yards, we had 338 to their 304. We had more penalties than they did. Both teams had 1 turnover. Both teams only converted 3 third downs. Here's where the difference may have been. We were 1 of 5 on 4th downs. They didn't attempt any 4th downs at all. 186 passing yards for us, 210 for them, 152 rushing yards for us, only 94 for them. Both teams had 1 rushing touchdown. We actually finished the game with the ball longer than the Cardinals did at 31, almost 32 minutes, 31:54, while the Cardinals had 28:06. It was not pretty, man. 19 first downs for us, 20 first downs for them. I mean, guys, we went toe-to-toe with supposedly the best team in the league and a division opponent. I mean, we were right there, and for all intents and purposes, we should have won this game. If you watch the pressers afterwards, you hear multiple players and even coaches say that we should be 5-0 right now. The Niner spirits are not down, but they are looking in the mirror. They are reflecting. They are doing some self-assessing, and that is a great time to be self-assessing heading into the bye week. I think we got my guy Nick back over here. As soon as Nick gets back in here, I'm going to tell you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to log in from my phone, and I'm going to go get a loser cigar out of my humidor. And I'm going to sit outside, and I'm going to have a cigar because we did not do what we need to do. No victory cigars, no victory shots over here. I'm going to get – so when people come over to my house and they say, hey, Mike, you got a cigar that I can have? I have a shelf in my humidor that has, like, bad cigars in it, like the ones that you don't mind giving away. Then I got some in the middle that are like, you know, they're good. Like if somebody comes over and I think they smoke cigars for real, we're just going to sit and shoot the shit, but we're going to be like by the fireplace or something, or by the fire pit or the grill, and the smoke is going to be blowing, so we can't really enjoy the flavors in the cigar. Then I have those that will smoke. And then I got the top of the line joints, right? I'm talking like that's where the Cubans and the Padrones, and I mean, that's where all the good ones are. Well, tonight I have to smoke one of the bad ones. I got to smoke a loser cigar tonight. And I can't wait to do that because I enjoy having cigars, guys. I enjoy having cigars. Nick, I think we got you back, buddy. It doesn't look like you're frozen. Are you okay?
I'm okay. What's up?
Yes, let's go. That's my boy right there. That's my boy over there. Okay, Nick, man, the team took a tough one here. And the players and coaches feel like we should be 5-0. They really feel like we should be 5-0. Do me a favor. I did not go through the formalities. I was going to talk until you came in here. I'm going to join from the phone. I'm going to walk inside. I'm going to grab a stick, and we can jump into the show right afterwards if you'd like. If you got the you know how to get to the formalities. I'm going to mute this one here, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys. If this is your first time here, following us on the YouTube channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe and turn on notifications. That's that little bell bottom right hand corner so that you know that when we go live for any reason, breaking news, just them impromptu shows. You can also give us a follow on Snapchat and Twitter at NothingBut9ERS, Facebook and Instagram. That's Nothing But Niners, and that's all spelled out. Nothing But Niners. You can also email us at nb9ers@nothingbutniners.com. You can also find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, all your podcast apps. And that's where we're at. Make sure you rate and review and subscribe as well on the podcast platform. And if it's your first time here, you can check us out on Patreon. And that is, I'm looking for it down here because I think it's new. So it's all the way down somewhere. Where is it? Either way, it's patreon.com/NB9ERS. There you go, Mike. Found it. I don't know where he put it, so I don't see it anywhere. But either way, there it is, all the way at the bottom. Anyway, guys, patreon.com/NB9ERS.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I thought I was on mute this whole time. All right, cool.
No. So my thoughts on him is I don't even know who to blame.
You don't what? Say that again?
I don't even know who to blame. I'm so confused. I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know if it's the coach. I don't know if it's execution of the offensive players. There's just a lot going on. On this team, man. They're not playing very well right now. Mike has to show off his goodies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys got to see what's going on over here, man. We got the cigars going over here. I got to find one of the middle ones. This right here is the box of Cubans over here. These are the Cubans, but we don't deserve one of those today. We got to smoke one of the okie dokies. be up here in the top shelf.
Man, missed the. While I was doing all that, I missed the contribution, so my bad. Oh, there it is right there. DeMarcus Dixon's 499 says, Mike, Trey needs to work on his throwing motion. He doesn't get the ball over the defense's head. I don't think that has anything to do with throwing motion, but.
Well, I mean, so one of the big knocks that was on Colin Kaepernick was that he didn't know how to throw with touch. Everything was laser. And so, even the last couple of weeks, we have heavily criticized Jimmy Garoppolo for not getting the ball up and then down over defenders. So I think that's what the contributor is saying. Now I'm going to jump out of here and join back from the phone.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if this is so much working on his throwing motion. He did get a couple balls batted down at the line of scrimmage today. Just good plays by J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt had a day today.
And, people are going to look at them and say, oh, man, our offensive line is terrible. I saw people saying, get rid of Mike McGlinchey. And da-da-da-da. All right, first of all, look at the players that it took to beat us. DeAndre Hopkins at the wide receiver position on a washed-up Josh Norman, or an older. I won't say washed-up because I thought Josh Norman actually made some really good plays today. On a Josh Norman, we saw Chandler Jones against both McGlinchey and Williams. And then if it wasn't him, it was J.J. freaking Watt. I mean, look, I can't kill the guys over what I saw today. And they didn't have a ton of plays, when they did hold them down, they got their arms up. So people are going to sit here and say, oh, McGlinchey's terrible now. He had all these penalties, or, McGlinchey had penalties. I think he finished the game with 2 penalties.
There's no sticking up for McGlinchey this game, bro. He played shit.
So you don't like Williams either, then, right?
What?
So you don't like Williams in either, then, right?
Williams got beat up too, but he didn't get beat up as much as McGlinchey did.
Yes, he did, and he had the same amount of penalties on him as McGlinchey did.
Bro, McGlinchey was getting beat every single play pretty much tonight.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
All right, we'll see when we go back and watch the tape.
It wasn't even close to being beat every play. That's not. It wasn't that bad. Now people are going to say that McGlinchey, because McGlinchey finished the game with 2 penalties, they're going to say, "Oh, well, there you go. That's all you need to know."
I didn't say anything about the penalties.
I said people. I didn't say Nick. I said people. But what's going to happen is they're going to say McGlinchey had too many penalties, and Trent Williams only had 1. Well, the truth of the matter is there was a play where McGlinchey got a second penalty where both Williams and McGlinchey had 1, and so whoever they call afterwards is who they put it on. It didn't matter. Both of them held them the same exact play. But people are going to sit here and get all up in arms and say that about them. And the fact of the matter is both of those guys struggled against good defensive linemen. It's not a oh my God, they're terrible. Neither one of those guys had a terrible game. It's not what you want to see. Of course, you want to see a flawless game, but that's not the reality when you have a moving quarterback who changes the area of the pocket. You're going to get holding calls if you can't turn around and look and see where the running quarterback is. They're used to playing with a stationary-ass Jimmy Garoppolo. You hold your position, you know exactly where he is. But once Trey Lance breaks that pocket, if Trey Lance rolls to the right side of the screen, to McGlinchey's side, and he gets outside of McGlinchey, and McGlinchey is just doing his job, McGlinchey is, boom, immediately holding. If Trey Lance rolls to the left, which is where Williams is, boom, he's immediately holding. So we can't sit here and say, oh, they're just terrible. They got all these flags and all that stuff. For the people out there that are saying that, that's not true. It's just not true. And I didn't see.
So Zach Allen didn't destroy Mike McGlinchey today.
He got him on a play, 1 play.
Just one?
Just 1.
Okay.
That's it. Just 1.
All right. Okay.
Now, when we go back and we watch, you'll see that there was a lot of times where Trey Lance was holding the ball for a really long time back there, and that's not expected in the NFL. You know as well as I do that there's no quarterback that gets 5 seconds behind the line of scrimmage. You know it, and so do I. And so does everybody watching. And if they don't know it, they should know it. And it's our responsibility to let them know that that's not reality. So, I mean, that's just what I saw tonight. Charles Hayes says, 1, too many penalties. 2, that 4th and 1 with Juice, didn't like that call when you have Trey. 3, if anyone says we would have done better with Jimmy is BS. All right. So, I mean, I think that's going to be the premise of this show. I as much as we don't want it to be that, Nick, that's what it's going to come down to. I'm going to keep reading these contributions here, but we'll see what happens. James says, this just in. Norman sucks. I wasn't happy with Norman, but I don't think Norman was as bad as we were going to credit him for either. Vernon Freeman, I know Trey is athletic and can run, but I think we relied on him to run too often instead of sprinkling it in a little. It became predictable. And that's what happens when you see too much of anything. Nick, do you agree with that? I want to stop there for a second.
Yeah, when your running back only touches the football 9 times. Yeah. That's why I said I'm not sure where to pin this on. Play calling, receivers execution on some severe third downs. I mean, look, I thought the rookie played well today. I think he was let down by things around him, to be honest with you. But, yeah, it definitely became predictable.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. There was a lot going on that should have helped, but, we'll get there later. Ryan Keller says, Kyler Murray officially has more starts than Jimmy now. Kyler 37, Jimmy 36. All right. Interesting stat. All right. I don't know. Let me see here. I'm trying to go down in order here. The refs with the safety and Kittle with the 2 field goals. Oh, and Kyle with the 2 field. Yeah. I mean, what's interesting is that we lost this game by 7, right? Check this out. We get those 2 field goals and we get that safety. That's 8 points. That's 8 points.
I don't know why we didn't get the safety.
I still don't know.
On both times in the end zone, there was holding in the end zone. I have no idea how we didn't get the penalty call there. Eric Armstead was held the play prior completely right around his thing, which is where they called
horse collar.
Yeah, on whatchamacallit. Then you go in the second play, and Eric Armstead's tripped and brought down in the end zone, and you don't call it in the end zone. You say it's at the 1.
Yep. And Kyler was in the end zone from the time they snapped the ball.
Yeah.
They snapped the ball, and he dropped back into the end zone the entire time. I just didn't get it. And then you had the Dante Johnson play.
The Dante Johnson getting completely monkey dunked right in front of the ref.
Wait, time out. He got what, Nick?
He got monkey dunked.
What the what is a monkey dunked?
You never heard of monkey dunk? Oh my God. Where are you from, bro?
I'm from Jersey. Where are you from?
I'm from Jersey.
I never heard no monkey dunk before. That's funny as hell. I said he got clothesline. You said he got monkey dunk.
He got monkey dunk, bro.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, well, you see what happened to Dante Johnson today? That's a monkey dunk. So he got monkey dunk, bro. Like, oh my God. Dante Johnson made a really good play. I hate for all you haters out there. My man made a really good play that the offense couldn't execute on. So
forced that fumble too, man. Dante Johnson, he had an
forced
okay
the fumble
game.
And recovered the fumble.
Mm-hmm. Fast Family Affair says, "Come on, Grant. 2 and 3. Blame everyone but Lance." I don't think Lance is completely blameless, but I don't think that the majority of the blame is on Lance. Even Kyle, which I was surprised to hear, defended his rookie. He said that Lance played well enough to give us a win today. And I thought that was telling. So Camelot's Red and Gold said, what more can we ask from Trey with a year of playing? Almost no throwing time and shoddy play calling. Hope we coaches to properly coach him up. Hope the coaches.
Yeah, I think hope the coaches properly coach him up.
I will say this. He had way more than ample time to throw. He just moved and shifted the pocket around so much that guys had to let go of their blockers or they continue to get more penalties called on them. And that's the tough, tricky part is that it's a new game plan for these guys. And I don't know how aggressive the referees are when we're practicing during the week, but that takes a lot of getting used to. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see a lot of Trey Lance dropping back, stepping up in the pocket. It was drop back and then break the pocket if you didn't see what you wanted to see. So, it is what it is there. Rome, I believe this is the last contribution here, says, please don't say we should have kicked the field goal. Last week we crucified Kyle for kicking. This is just factually not true because we only kicked one attempt last week. We only attempted one field goal last week, and I said that it was a good kick. It was just left.
No, I crucified him. I said he should have went for it on 4th and 8. And you see what he did today? He went for 4th and a whole shitload of fourths.
And didn't get any of them.
We got one.
Yeah.
But he also had some horrible play calls on them too.
But
and drop balls.
He gave up 2 field goals with a field goal kicker. So, Rome, you have to put things in context. This is what I don't like when people do. I don't like when people do this. Oh, we killed him for kicking last week. We killed him for kicking with Mitch Wisnowski. That's what Nick was upset about. I think if Robbie Gould was in there, Nick would not have been. I think.
I wouldn't have cared. Right. But when you know that you don't have your kicker at 41 yards and you're going with a guy who doesn't kick a field goal, you should be aggressive and go for it in your own territory at 4th and 8. Have a little confidence in your offense. And he tried that today, which I'm still not mad at him for going for those on the 4th downs. I like the aggressive play calling. It kept us in the game for a lot of the time. Like, other than the missed catches and the horrible play call with Juice. Like, I don't know what the hell that was.
But they did that last week or the week before, and it worked.
It was a direct snap to him, though, out of the shotgun, I think. It wasn't under center.
No, that's not true. There was a quarterback in shotgun. Juice ran up and took it from under center and ran it for the first down.
Yeah. But why? But you've already done that. So, like, you've seen the linebackers move up as soon as they seen Juice come under center.
Right.
So, even there, you can try to do a hard count. It's 4th and 1.
Well, and Kyle did say that we tried it. Mayoko or Barrow said, did you think that play was really going to work when you had tried it just so recently? And he said, no, but we got the look that we want, but we didn't execute it the way that we wanted to. So I think that Kyle wanted them to do something different. You know what? I think that maybe Kyle wanted Juice to pull it back and maybe check it down to somebody. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
if you listen to what he said, actually, hold on. I think I wrote it down. Let me see. I may have.
I haven't listened to any of the pressers yet. So
he said 4th and 4 to end the game. Defense. No, that's not it. We wanted to run going forward. Last 3 games hesitated to use Juice that way again because they said it was done recently. Said things didn't go their way with the play. Should have done something else. So I didn't put details. Sorry. So I got all. This is all from Kyle from today, from his presser that I had here to talk about. But it's just weird that Kyle. He's just. It's so weird. I just feel like we can't take it out of context. All right. Last week we didn't have a field goal kicker. This week we did. This week we had a guy in here who could make field goals, and Kyle said, "Yeah, we're still not going to try any." That was mind-boggling to me. That confused me. I didn't understand that.
I don't know. Like I said, I like the aggressiveness this week. You're going up against an undefeated team. You have them right where you want them. Your offense. Your offense was moving. It's just there was a lot of times where your execution was bad. Your play calling was bad. And even Trey sometimes was bad. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that Trey was perfect because there was a lot of mistakes Trey made also. There was a lot. Like, there was times where he looked like he just kind of skipped the pocket faster than he should have. Then there was times where he got out. He also needs to learn how to slide because he's not going to last in the NFL not sliding. The goal line, he could have jumped up and, reached out and stretched that ball across. But there were some good things that he did too. And I'm not going to look. I said I expect bad things from Trey Lance. That doesn't mean that he's a bust or a fluke or any of that stuff. But yeah, there's blame to be put around all over the place. And I don't know exactly who's more and more to put the blame on.
I think we got to put most of the blame on Kyle tonight. But we'll get to that. Let's finish these contributions here. Oh, sorry. Michael said love it. Pancakes versus monkey dunk stats.
Monkey dunk sounds so much better.
See? Yeah, mollywopped. I'd have said that I know what that means. I have never heard a monkey dunk before. Jonathan R says should have drafted Justin Fields. I'll be honest with you guys. Well, never mind. It would have been different, but who knows how different? I'll leave it at that. You know, Justin Fields. It's one of those games that I don't like to play, where it's like, oh, well, this guy was on the board and we could have got him. You can say that about every player in the draft following your first pick. 300 players were available in the draft, right? George Kittle was there for everybody to take from rounds 1 through 5, and they didn't. So you can't just sit here and say, oh, we should have taken that player. I get it, but that's low-hanging fruit. That doesn't you can't do that. Mike, you already called it to why the O-line could not hold up and Trey with 0 first-team reps is why the O-line only know Jimmy, happy feet, but I think I understand what he's saying here.
He said you already called it. The O-line could not hold up because Trey was back there for 4 to 5 seconds. He had no reps with the first team, which is why they don't know how Trey moves around in the pocket. And the O-line only knows Jimmy with happy feet, where he just kind of stays in the pocket and he doesn't try to exit the pocket. So he's just confirming what you said. I think the biggest mistake today from Kyle Shanahan is not utilizing the running backs, bro.
Yeah, bro,
like, horrible.
I swear to God, I didn't understand that. And both of them were healthy.
Did Trey Lance run the ball more than
touch? Trey Lance didn't get his first touch until the last drive.
Trey Sermon.
I'm sorry, Trey Sermon. Yes, that's nuts to me.
Yeah, Trey Sermon didn't touch the ball to the last drive, and then they're like, "Oh, he's bringing him in because he's got fresh legs."
Right. Jonathan with the second contribution says, thinking about the game, it sucks we lost, but we went to Arizona with an injury-riddled team and still had a chance to win. Good job by players and coaches. I can't say good job by coaches. Players, I can give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't expect every pass to be caught. There were some drops, right? But I think there were too many drops. Especially when you have a rookie quarterback in there in his first start. You need those guys to really come in and gather around.
All of our receivers had a big drop today. Ayuk, Debo, Sanu, Benjamin. Everybody that's targeted had a bad drop today.
Except Juice.
But I'm saying receiver-wise.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying receivers.
49er Jeff here says, poor play calling by Kyle. The Trey package looking predictable as well. Salute to you guys. Thanks for the contribution, Jeff. And yeah, I mean, this is the second time we've seen this word predictable, Nick. So I think that's where we should start our show. I think there's one more contribution, and then we'll start our show with predictability. Okay. Mike McGlinchey needs to go. If you guys feel that way, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with anybody, but I completely disagree. I think there were 1 or 2 bad plays by Mike. There was one play where he got beat and Lance had to scramble out. I saw the middle of the line getting it way worse than the edges tonight. I saw Brunskill like a fucking turnstile out there. I saw no one's going to talk about it, but Mac didn't look good either tonight. But I mean, it is what it is.
Good, so that's normal,
right? But all of a sudden, we want to blame Mike McGlinchey. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Did you click that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I still see the Mike McGlinchey comment. I got this mouse over here, and I'll be doing shit that I got to put it down because there's buttons on the sides of it, and one of them is the back arrow, so it just kicks me off the stream when I click it. So I'm going to put the mouse down here. You can control that for now. Jonathan, I was screaming draft Justin Fields before the draft. Bro, I put money on the line that it was going to be Justin Fields. So I'm with you, man. Breezy's in here now. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get in here, bro. Come on. Oh, there he is.
Yo.
Breezy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of a game did Mike McGlinchey have, in your opinion?
Honestly, I didn't notice Mike McGlinchey until he started getting called for holding. So in my opinion, he was having a pretty decent game, and then the holding penalties come along. I would say that some of these holding penalties, though, guys, are coming due to the fact that Trey Lance is extending the plays and all those different types of things. You know what I'm saying? So if we were just running a straight up bang bang offense, you get rid of the ball quick, boom, then you probably won't get these calls. But at the end of the game, at the end of the day, you still can get these calls. You know what I'm saying? So like what I was seeing was Trey Lance extending the play, boom, all of a sudden you got holding on back-to-back plays. One time they called holding on 2 offensive linemen, declined it on
and Williams.
Trent Williams and gave it to McGlinchey. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But this is just because Trey is trying to extend the play. And hey, like, why my biggest thing is why can't our pass catchers get open? Like somebody real like what is going on? I just watched Josh Gordon catch a pass when Patrick Mahomes should have been sacked. 15 lines behind the yard of scrimmage. Right? Line of scrimmage. He throws the ball, Josh Gordon gets open, and he's there to catch the pass. Like, I don't understand why we don't have the same type of pieces to where they can do things like that. So a lot of the holding calls, guys, are coming due to the fact that Trey Lance is in there and he's trying to extend the play.
Yeah, and that's I swear to God, I was saying the same thing before you jumped on here. People were coming at Mike McGlinchey saying that how terrible he was. I said Mike McGlinchey had 2 penalties tonight, and the second one was one that they called on him instead of Williams. They called it on both of them and just decided to give it to him. I was like, hey, he wasn't that bad. So
no, it was a double holding. So it was on him. It was on Williams too, though.
But it's a holding when your quarterback breaks the pocket and they don't know where he is. Right. That's exactly what I would say. I'm 100% with you, bro. Mark says, why are people bringing up Justin Fields? It's Trey's first fucking game. I got your back, bro. I know you can't type it. He didn't look bad for his first game. So, all right, let's talk about Trey Lance in his first game, and then we'll keep going, guys. Wayne, we've had about 10 contributions so far, and I think in 2 or 3 of them we've seen the word predictability. Kyle's play calling with him felt predictable.
Guys,
I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Let's start with Nick here. Do you agree? Kyle was calling even the 4th down plays, the sneaks, the run plays. Did it feel predictable to you, Nick? Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, when your running back has more touches or carries than when your quarterback has more running attempts than your running backs, it's predictable. Like, you barely used a guy who at one point was averaging 5 yards a carry. He had 7 carries for 35 yards. He's averaging 5 yards a carry, and you didn't even give him the ball. Like, 9 carries for your running back? And then Trey Lance gets 10? Like, come on, man. What?
That was like the ultimate bleep. He bleeped himself off the screen. I've never seen that before.
Trey Lance had 16 carries for 89 yards.
16 carries?
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. Like, all right, man. Do you want me to get my conspiracy theory bag, or are we just going to keep responding to people? You tell me how you want to do this. First, let me get your answer on the predictability, and then you tell me how you want to do this.
Kyle Shanahan's offense is super predictable, yo. It's so easy that I think that defenses have figured them out ever since the Super Bowl in Atlanta. That's what it is. He has done nothing new that shows me he's a genius at this point. My bag is all about Kyle. Not about how bad the offensive line did. Not about how bad the defensive played. Not about how bad Trey Lance was. It all comes down to the head coach. As a head coach, I always draw the parallel, Mike, as being a teacher. Your head coach is your teacher, right? Then the GM is probably the principal, and then so forth, right? I'm going to put it into this analogy. As a teacher, it is your responsibility to make sure that your students are prepped each and every day. It does not matter what type of learners they are. That's your job as a teacher to make sure that you're teaching them in whatever ways it is that they need to understand the concepts that you need them to learn. Now, Shanahan, in my opinion, may be a good teacher, but only for certain select students. Okay? Now, all the other students that are part of his class, he has to find ways to get through to them to understand this complicated system. And because he doesn't do that successfully, I think his play calling becomes predictable. And I think even with the Kyle Juszczyk run on 4th down, we've seen it before. So why not change it up? Do a little wrinkle. Like, we know when Kyle lines up under center, he's probably going to run the ball. How about hand it to the damn quarterback out of the backfield, because everybody thinks and knows Kyle Juszczyk is going to do it. Or do some type of trickery play to throw the defense off, or just don't run that. Just quarterback sneak the joint for 1 yard. It's predictable, man. And Kyle has to say, hey, we got to win football games. Never mind my concepts, never mind my theories, never mind this. Let's go ahead and find ways to win. If I would draw up whatever it is I need for us to win these games, and I think execution comes down to it, but how do you expect players to execute something they don't fully understand, Mike?
Hey, I like everything you're saying, bro. I like everything you're saying. I do think it became a little bit of predictable. Every 4th down play, all the sneak plays. Here's what I don't understand, man. Anytime in the NFL you get to a 3rd and 2, you know that 90% of the time offensive coordinators salivate. You know why? I can run out of this. I can pass out of this. I can call a pass play, and if there's nothing there, my quarterback can run out of this. It was like strictly designed runs. Absolutely predictable. 100% predictable. I won't make any qualms about that at all. Let me read these 3 contributions, and I'm going to get to you about my conspiracy theory. All right. Lycan says, Trey Lance played fine. It was his first NFL start against a great team. Give the kid some time. I agree with that. I think we should give him some time.
Absolutely.
Master Chef, my guy right here, he says, this is why I say Kyle play calling was bad. Should have took those easy points that we had a chance to get. He's going to get Lance hurt. We talked about how he was running Lance and how Lance don't know how to slide. It just seemed like it was, like I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong, but well, not yet. I don't anyway. James says, why not run more to help Lance? You have plenty of running backs. Use them. Help out Trey. Mike, try Fuente stick. Oh, I got some Fuentes, bro. I don't know if I have any more, but Fuente is my joint. Trust me. I got you, brother. I love those. I love those. And there's one more contribution that just popped up here. Jonathan again. Hey, Jonathan, put your wallet down, bro. Listen, I appreciate the contributions more than anybody, I promise. But I don't know if my man been drinking or not, but Jonathan is going heavy tonight. Normally, this is Sean. We got to flag Sean, but right. Jonathan's going crazy right now. So I'm not hating on Trey. He has potential. That said, Justin Fields played great last week and won today. It's fair to make that comparison. They linked. They're linked, but they weren't playing.
I don't think it's fair to make that comparison because Justin Fields has played more than Trey Lance this year. Mm-hmm. So he's had more opportunities to go. He's had a 9-sack game. He's had an opportunity to go out there and get his butt smashed and pounded into the ground.
Right.
This was Trey Lance.
He's had the lumps to learn from. He's had the lumps to learn from. You're absolutely right, Wayne. Tell him, man. Tell him.
That's it. That's so I don't compare. You can't say it's fair. The comparison isn't there yet. Yeah, they're rookies. Yeah, they're starting for their teams, but the keys have been given to Justin Fields. The keys have not been given to Trey Lance. If you go back and listen to what Kyle Shanahan said before the game, the only reason why Trey Lance played is because Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt. Let's see if he retracts that this week, but that's what he said.
Yeah. 49er Jeff with another contribution here. I think this is his second or third one. We might have to flag him too. It's my guys. We appreciate you guys, though. All jokes aside, we do.
Real talk.
Jeff says the way he's running this, he's going to get the kid hurt. Exactly, Breezy. Where's his genius play calling? He's peaked as a head coach. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Guys. I'm going to give you guys some conspiracy theory talk. Wayne, you can feel free to jump in, tell me to shut up, agree with me, disagree with me. We can dialogue off of it. And then I'm going to go into defending maybe. What's going on, Tony? I see you in there. It's my dog, my OG. The Similac comment. I saw you, bro. Missed you last night, bro. Really did. Should have got some spades in there, man. Raphael, I didn't see it. Did I miss it? Did I miss a contribution, Wayne?
I didn't see one from Raphael, but I can go check while you're doing your thing out there. It's all not right. Let me scroll all the way back, but I tell you what, Raphael, if you just type what you said, I'll be on it. Did we put this one up?
I did not. Who was the best coach in the NFL today? I'm gonna say that man in Buffalo.
Yeah.
As Josh Allen drops a dime. Oh my God, that's a touchdown. As Josh Allen drops a dime. Oh my God. Yeah, I got to go with my man over in Buffalo. I like him right now. He's
Raphael,
hot.
can you please put your comment back up here so I can find it, and I'll just play it.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Raphael, you don't have to pay for it again. Just type it. Wayne is scouring the comment for you, the comment section for you. So just type it up again. All right. So you ready? It's conspiracy theory time, man. I see mad contributions on the screen. And
Wait, we didn't answer the. Oh, did you? Oh, you said the coach from Buffalo. My bad.
McDermott.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with who's the best coach according to my favorite?
I mean, you can't go wrong with Andy Reid, right?
I was gonna say my man from Tampa, Bruce Arians, man.
I love Bruce too. Bruce got a different swag though. Bruce got that gangster feel to him.
Oh, it's old, yeah.
Yes, old school. Yes, there you go. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's that old school joint, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's 2 new contributions, now 3. Y'all not gonna let me get to my conspiracy theory because we're gonna keep reading your comments and contributions. So, all right, hold on. Where'd it go? Southside had the first one here.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you good. Southside, I thought my 49ers should have got Fields. Trey is a complete project, and Kyle Seat going to get hot real soon. Offense had too many penalties. Kyle Seat is not going to get hot anytime soon. We can go.
He's already been he's been extended, guys. He's going to be here. That's why they traded to draft the quarterback. They're going to have time to get this quarterback right.
Kyle can go 2-15 this year. I'm going to repeat. Kyle can go 2-15 this year. That means we don't win another game this season. He's not going to be in the hot seat.
Saw the dime, Mike.
Huh?
I just saw the dime. Boy, do I miss Emmanuel. I miss Emmanuel Sanders. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that?
Nah, you can't say that, bro.
Okay.
That had nothing to do. That was less about Emmanuel, more about the throw.
My point is, Mike, he gets open. That's the difference between the wide receivers we have now and when we had him. He found ways to get open. That's my argument. Why is it that wide receivers can't get open when we have Sanders? They were able to, like, he was able to get
Can you bring this up after the conspiracy theory?
Yeah, my bad.
No. I'm saying because I have a response for you. I want to try to do this in order. Let's get to these contributions. Carlos says, we need to find a way to get Ayuk more involved, doghouse or not. I completely agree. He had the best catch of the day. A catch that I knew was incomplete watching it live. And y'all were like, no, he caught that. Remember? The low one, the really low one.
The dart to the sideline. First of all, that was the sideline. That was to the sticks, to the sideline. So only where he can catch it. That was probably Trey Lance's best throw today.
That boy is special. I mean, in tight coverage. That's what Breezy talking about. Like, why we got to do everything in tight coverage, right? That's exactly what Breezy's problem is. That's exactly what his problem is. He's saying, like, enough of that shit already. Like, come on, let's do something else. If we're going to compare Justin Fields to Trey, compare Justin Fields' first game to Trey's. That's only fair. I mean, even that's not fair because it's different systems, it's different defenses that they were playing and all that stuff. So
but that's more irrelevant, though. That's definitely fair because now you're going first game, starting, and then you see that team schemed against him, and they saw he was going to be a rookie. And hey, look, who was Justin Fields' first opponent when he got sacked 9 times? The Bears, right? No, the Bears.
He played for the Bears.
It was a team that got him good. Can't remember.
The team ain't even that good. Was it the Vikings?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm saying is, as bad as you guys think that our offensive line did today, Trey Lance was only sacked 2 times.
Yeah, exactly. I believe Kyle should have used more rollouts to protect Trey and the O-line.
He must have been watching the nitty-gritty show earlier, man. You must have been watching the nitty-gritty show earlier, Greg. And if you're not watching the nitty-gritty show, please go ahead and subscribe to Wayne Breezy.
Yes, sir.
We did a show earlier, and this is all I screened for 35 minutes. Where's the rollout?
He screamed it during the live stream on our Patreon. Like, guys, Wayne was all over that. Like, yo, use the running backs, and then you use the rollouts, keep them going left to right, and then you can hit them deep. Wayne was all over it, bro. Wayne was all over it. So, yeah. Greg Thames. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. No offense. I believe Kyle should have used more. Oh, I read this already. What do you think? Yeah, we agree with you there. Let me find the next one. I'm trying. So my man never typed his missed contribution.
It was Cleveland. He probably didn't have no contribution. Somebody say he ain't had anything to say.
Oh, I felt like some people was duping us like that, but I don't know. I start drinking, especially on Overreaction show, so it all looked the same to me after a while. Here we go. See, hey Ray, when are you going to stop talking to me about Alfred Morris? When are you going to let this go, bro? Nah, I'm kidding. This is my guy, Ray, man. This is how I know Ray loves me, man. That's all. It's all love. Master Chef, again, Kyle don't give Jimmy these plays that he put out there for Lance. Open the playbook and stop being predictable. Come on, Niners. Faithful Niners for life. What's good, Mike and Breezy? You know, what's interesting about this is that Kyle shouldn't call the same plays for Trey and Jimmy. Not all of them, anyway, because they have different skill sets.
Absolutely.
Kyle should be calling plays outside the numbers and down the field when Lance is in there because Lance can hit those, you know. But he should also call stuff in the middle of the field because those other plays are going to open that up. So, you know, I agree with you to a large point, but, you know, I think that it's a little bit different for everything. Ooh. All right, here we go. J-Dog. He's got a crazy ass long name. I'm not reading all that. Guys, what's good with the cute stuff on the goal line? First and goal, and we run a wide receiver screen. What the fuck, bro, man? We were going crazy. Like I didn't like it. No, did we even hand the ball to a running back during that goal line thing?
We got Trey Sermon sitting right there.
Let's go get to my conspiracy. I swear to God, I'm gonna get to this conspiracy theory as soon as y'all stop with the contributions. Holding calls, not used to Trey play calling, not used to Trey wide receivers, unfamiliar with scramble drill, not used to Trey ball velocity, drops, not used to Trey. Guys, it's gonna take time and reps. It's coming. Terradome, man. I don't know if I could have said it any better myself, bro.
It's the best. Yeah, it's the best one all night.
If we didn't have other ones lined up behind him, I would let this sit up here because this is exactly what it's about. It was his first game, guys. This is going to take some time. We got to be patient here. We have to be patient. But I do think the game could have looked better, and I'm going to get into that in my conspiracy theory, I promise. Go ahead, Breezy. I cut you off. What were you going to say?
No, this is why I'm not overly mad at Trey, even after that first interception, because I knew it was going to happen. Welcome to the NFL, right? Now, when we go back and watch these all 22s, I bet you $100 Travis Benjamin didn't run the route right. I will bet my bottom dollar on that he ran the wrong route. And that's why Trey oversold that ball thinking he was going to be deeper. And it didn't happen. Why else would Benjamin be in there? He's not a route runner. Why is Benjamin in the game if he's not a route runner?
And he was in there a lot. Remember, we were wondering why Debo and Ayuk weren't out there more in the first half? We were getting upset and offended by that joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, bro. Cali boy, he says Trey needs to work on his release. He's 6'4". No way his passer should be getting back down like that. Plus, these wobblers have to go. I'm not going to argue about the wobblers. You know, we've seen some great quarterbacks start their careers with wobblers like that. That's nerves and jitters. But some passes will get batted down because they're only 5 or 6 yard passes right behind the line of scrimmage. And so they're going to get batted down because you can't do this with a pass. It's got to be that, or it's got to be that sometimes. And if they get the arms up or in the right lane, it's just a good play by the defensive lineman, guys. Sometimes we got to give credit where credit is due. J.J. Watt, that one that hit his forearm, that joint should have busted through his shit. But that was a good play by J.J. Watt. God, that's J.J. freaking Watt. J.J. Watt has been the defensive player of the year, 2-3 times in his career? Like, this guy has been the NFL sack leader before. Like, that's not just some, you know, run-of-the-mill defensive lineman. That's not that Allen dude that was out there. That was J.J. freaking Watt. So I'm not going to knock him for that necessarily, guys. I can't kill him for the batted passes. You would love to see them completed, and we know we have flashbacks immediately anytime we go over the middle and there's batted passes. We have flashbacks back to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what top defensive linemen do. They know I can't get home. Let me get my mitts up. You know, let me put these mitts up so I can try to affect the game somehow, make it a little bit harder. A little bit harder sometimes goes a long way. So I'm not mad at that. Wayne, any thoughts on that before I move to the next comment?
Man, you hit the nail right on the head, bro. I mean, you can credit a little bit of that to the offensive line getting pushed back a little bit, like quicker, and like they can possibly get into the the vision of Trey trying to throw the throw, but he was trying to laser that ball out there. So somebody got a bruise on their arm. I can tell you that right now.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Rich says, can't Kyle script the whole game? I'm going to give you this one because I think this is a simple answer. No offense to your intelligence, but
he says, can't Kyle script the whole game? I mean, he can script it, but that doesn't mean it's going to go that way. Like, it's going to go that way. I mean, he could draw plays that he wants to work and have dialed up, but you have to always go out there and be willing to adjust to what the defense is giving you, right? Like, you have to go out there. If the defense is giving you a certain look, then you have to be able to audible or change up the plays. That's what audibles are there for. I just don't think Trey Lance is able to do those type of things yet, and we definitely know Jimmy can't do them either, and so that's kind of where things get a little tricky. At the end of the day, I'm probably saying the wrong answer. I don't care. That's my answer. At the end of the day, this team still could have won this game.
Yeah, but you can't script an entire game because a script is we're going to run these plays no matter what.
Well, that's what right. So that's why I said you can script it. You can draw it out, which is what they do. They draw out the plays.
Right.
But they don't run off of all those plays because they throw curveballs at you.
Right. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Gerald Roden says, do you think Jimmy would have sacked?
Oh, yeah.
All right, would have been sacked way more times if he would have started.
Jimmy would have been sacked at least 5 times in this game.
They were getting after it seemed like, in early. But also some of the stuff that Trey escaped was from him holding the ball a little bit longer also. So,
but that's because guys aren't getting open, Mike. That's my point. We saying he's holding the ball longer because he's waiting for a play to develop. But they're not getting open. I can't wait till we watch this again. I'm sure he had some underneath rolls he could have threw, but I can't wait to watch it again. Stay Gold says wide receiver core 2 predicted in short route. Listen. Stay Gold. If I had my push button, you would get the round of applause right now, bro. I can't stop saying this. We still
wide receiver core 2 predicated in short routes and the yak. We need an ace downfield.
That's it.
We're missing Emmanuel Sanders.
Look, I don't know why. And so hear me out. I feel like we have a guy like Trent Sherfield. No, he's not 5-star receiver, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, but who knows? Maybe he can get down the field and beat guys in coverage. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't have the skill. That's why he was never a starter in the first place. Who knows what they know or what they see about him? But I keep saying it all the time. The 49ers, they need a receiver. It's not about being a number 1, number 2, number 3 in the system. It's about being able to change up what the defense is giving you. If you go get an Odell Beckham, you go ahead and leave him single covered if you want to. He still has a skill set that's going to determine double coverage. Well, if I'm doubling, I can't double Brandon. I can't double Debo. I can't double Trent. I can't double Sanu. Like, I can't. And then if you got a Kittle out there with an O Beckham, now all of a sudden that's 2. Look, it'll be crazy. So you think they got to figure this out?
I can't wait for you guys to see what Ayuk can really do. I swear to God.
We know what he can do, Mike. That's not the point. The issue is Jimmy.
This is 5'9". Yeah, I'm not sure. It's either there or there. Honestly, I'm not. It's one of these two. I'm so sorry.
Listen, guys.
Are you delivering food?
Listen, I believe Brandon Ayuk can do these things, right? I truly do believe he could do these things. But they're not. I'm sorry, Mike, I had to meet you. But they're not utilizing him in that way for whatever the purpose or whatever the reason is. Right now, at this point, take Brandon Ayuk's behind off of punt return because that's all we've been talking about. Get him off of that because he's worse than Richie James. I'd rather have Richie James back.
Oh shit! All right, can we please get through this content? I want to talk my shit so bad, but they keep them coming. Hey, I love y'all. I'm not complaining about the contribution, but if y'all want this conspiracy theory, y'all need to chill with the contribution.
Just do your conspiracy theory on Patreon.
Yeah, but then people are going to complain that I'm biting my tongue. I saw it. I saw the comments. So people said, we've been loyal to you guys for 5 years. Now people who don't have expendable income can't see what your thoughts are. I don't bite my tongue. I don't. After a game, I'm going to overreact and tell you exactly what I think and how I feel. But if I think of something during the week and it's a Wednesday and we don't do shows on Wednesday, that's Patreon content. It's bonus content. So, no disrespect to anybody that's out there who doesn't have the disposable income or anything like that. You guys are not going to miss out on what you would normally get over here, the pre-Patreon days. So it's not that. Bailey, he says the Brown sack feels 9 times. Trey showed flashes today. Kyle should be blamed mostly. I like what I saw from Lance today. And I think we all agree with that, generally speaking. Keith also says it was Cleveland versus Fields with the 9 sacks. Yeah, they were letting who it was that was getting after him like that. Sorry. This one here is from Maurice. He says Trey could have gotten the touchdown if he stretched the ball out. Wobblers will iron out as confidence grows. Both of these statements are true. It's the rush and gripping the ball too hard that causes wobblers. As someone who has worked directly hand in hand with a quarterback's coach, I have sat with a guy who was a quarterback's coach for the Giants, and we have gone through throws and throwing motions and things like that. And let me tell you something, Wayne, right? I mean, this is not me just talking junk. From one session, right? I could throw a ball my natural way 65 yards accurately. That is big. That's what I used to be able to do, right? He showed me this throwing motion. He said, Mike, next time when you go to throw, he showed me how to incorporate my hips, not my lower body, because I use my lower body. I thought I used my lower body right, but he showed me how to use my hips into my throw. And it was 65 yards on a rope like Kaepernick, as opposed to a rainbow dropping in, right? It was like and it was just it was the way you turn your hips and you release the ball. And so my point is, he's talked to me about a lot of things, and one of the things was there were times where so what we did was we tried to play catch from one side of the field to the other, not goal line to goal line, but from sideline to sideline. That's like 53, 55 yards, right?
Yep.
And we were playing catch that way, and some of my balls were coming out as wobblers. He was saying, you're holding the ball too hard. You're not trusting yourself. He said, you got to throw the ball naturally. Just let it come out your hand naturally. Don't grip it too hard. When you grip it too hard, one of your fingers lets go at the end, and it makes the ball come out wobbly because of the shape of the ball.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it comes down to. He's holding on to the ball too hard. But he's also holding on to the ball too hard because people are getting through, and he doesn't want someone to come from behind him and knock the ball out.
Okay.
So it's give and take. And as he gets comfortable and as the offensive line learns him, that will lessen. I won't say it'll stop. It'll definitely lessen. Raphael, here we go. Sick of players celebrating while down in the game, including All-Pro Fred. Yeah, it's a tackle for loss, but we're still losing. Love you all, NBN. Much love, fam. I was disgusted when I saw Josh Norman and the defense, a couple of defensive players, run to that end zone and celebrate when Johnson got that fumble recovery. Absolutely disgusted. Like, you were losing. And I said it during the live stream. Last time the Niners did that, what happened? We lost the Super Bowl. I was disgusted with that. So I'm with you, bro. Freddie Gonzalez says, is this a playoff team after we get players back? And I'll be honest, man, I don't think we're missing that many players in the first place. Who we missing? George Kittle?
Nah, dude, you're missing your best running back right now. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get Jeff Wilson Jr. back.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Mosa, but say his ass ain't coming.
You're gonna get Dre Greenlaw back. Like, you're gonna get some good pieces. You're gonna get Jordan Willis back. That's more fresh pressure off the edge. So the 49ers got some pieces coming back.
All right. Keith Murphy says Arizona has a tough defense. I think Trey did well. This wasn't an ideal defense to start a rookie QB, and he stayed composed. That's not being talked about. The composure of this young man. Brighter days are ahead. Wayne, what are your thoughts on how composed Trey was tonight?
Dude, after Trey threw the interception and he came back out and went down 90 yards down the field, I already knew Trey Lance was going to be a star. He just threw an interception, and then he gets the ball, and he gets the ball down near his end zone because we can't do nothing on return. And all of a sudden he goes and not only did Kyle try to reward him with the touchdown, it's just unfortunate we didn't get it, right? Trey's going to be a star. He definitely looked composed. And if you guys go back and watch Josh Allen, his rookie year, you saw the same type of stuff, right? Overthrows, high throws, darts. Well, what's going to happen when he starts playing? The team needs to be all in on Trey. Once the team is all in on Trey, Trey will be the best quarterback we've seen for the 49ers since Steve Young.
Talk it. Say it one more time. Once the team is all in on Trey, what?
I'll say it again. Once the team is all in on Trey Lance, he will be the best freaking quarterback the 49ers have seen since Steve Young. I said it. Now go subscribe to my damn channel.
Drop some nuts.
You don't need Patreon for that. It's free.
Gritty, baby. Wait, you hating on Patreon? What was that?
Nah, I'm eating my graham crackers, bro.
Nick Donald with the
cinnamon joints, and I was like, babe, I need the honey joints. I don't eat that cinnamon stuff. She's like, no worry, babe, I got a box for you.
You don't like the graham crackers with the cinnamon on them? Oh, those my joints. When you make s'mores, I don't. Nah, man. Listen, you can get the ones with the cinnamon and the honey in them, man.
They got honey and cinnamons.
Oh my goodness, bro. All right, I'm gonna send you a box. Those. listen. I got bad teeth, right? And so I don't like hard, crunchy stuff all the time. I open the packs and let them get stale so they softer.
I just ate a pack that was kind of like stale because it was open.
Oh, bro.
And I wasn't feeling the texture. I need this.
Yeah. Gang, you like that crisp. You like the yeah, I can't even do. Yo, one of my favorite snacks. You ever see the Snyder's pretzel nuggets?
Of course I've seen the Snyder's pretzel nuggets.
Bro, the jalapeno and the buffalo joints. Listen to me. Some honey mustard too.
Gotta be honey mustard. Yeah.
Some of my favorite snacks ever. They too hard for my teeth. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. My teeth be crunching, and I'll be sitting here holding my mouth. I'll be like, all right, are my teeth still intact? No. All right, I'm done for the day. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Nick Donald says, you seeing how the Buffalo wide receivers are getting wide open? Why can't Kyle scheme out wide receivers open like that? I can't say this enough. And Wayne, you can go after me, right? But timing is everything in an offense. Whether it's zone or whether it's man, right? There comes a point in every single route, unless you just have a flat-out bad receiver, where he is open with separation in every route. But separation is not a guaranteed, and it's a small window of time and opportunity, right? So when a wide receiver runs a route like this, where he goes outside and he cuts back, usually right after that cut, he's open. There's about a yard or two of separation. But defenders are just as fast, if not faster, than wide receivers. And so they close that gap quickly, right? And so if the quarterback's timing is not right in that offense, if that quarterback is not used to those play calls, it's all for naught. They have to get in there and get used to the timing. Kyle does do this. There's a reason why George Kittle, most of his catches and yards come for yak, because George Kittle is usually open, butt-ass naked, right in the middle of the field. That's normally how it is. They play the zone and they get them open like that, right? And that's the other thing too, man versus zone. If these guys are in zone, there's zone beaters. There's soft spots in every zone defense. You can get the yards. You might not get yak, but you can get the yards. And so that's what it is. Like it depends on the defense you're going in. It's not just as simple as, can you do this? It's not that simple. Kyle can do that if a team is going to play zone every day, all day. He can do that, I promise you. So, Long Island girl. Shaba. Niners have taken the ball into their opponent's territory on 10 of 15 drives that Trey Lance has been under center this season. He moves the ball better. I have not seen this stat. I'm not saying the stat is wrong. If this stat is true, this is concerning. You know, Kyle Shanahan was 100% on red zone appearances tonight tonight.
He sure was. Before
tonight. And this is going to help me get my conspiracy theory. Is that the last contribution? Oh, God, I think it was. Oh, it's not. Damn it. I see one. I'm scrolling up. I see two. I see three. Fuck. All right. I'm gonna try to get through these contributions before I get into the conspiracy theory. And another one just popped up. Did y'all see Jimmy laughing it up pregame? I did not. Breezy, did you?
No, I didn't. We were doing the show, so I didn't really see the pregame.
Right. All right. How was the one play not a safety? Stephen Fox, I don't know. It should have been a safety, bro. Kyler Murray snapped the ball and stepped right back into the end zone. The holding happened. 2 plays in a row that was holding in the end zone. Both of them should have been safeties. I don't know. I don't get it. And you saw Kyle and the defensive coordinator say that's bullshit. It should have been a safety. Both of them got in the ref's ass. It should have been a safety. It should have been 2 points plus possession. But they didn't call it that way. Breezy, you agree with everything I said?
I agree with everything you said.
My guy. All right. Steven Sheard says, Trey has to learn how to throw his receivers open. This isn't college where his receivers are going to be wide ass open. And this is true. He's a rookie, guys, and it was his first start. Touchdown again. I swear to God. Yo, Josh
I'm
Allen's
on Patrick Mahomes. How'd you get a touchdown?
Huh?
I'm just on Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, no, I'm watching live. Like, I got my HD antenna going right now, bro.
I'm that far behind?
Josh Allen's going to really help me win this game. I didn't think I was going to win this fantasy game.
You bought the BB because of Josh Allen?
Yeah. I'm about to say this is against you, too. Oh, my God. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Josh Allen got 30 points since the first half, bro.
Wow.
29.86 and stuff. Breezy, look at the score in our game, bro. Can you see this?
Are you killing me?
Right now? I wasn't before, though. Now look at this. Take away Josh Allen's 30, and I got 90 points, bro.
Who's my quarterback?
Let me go to the
Mahomes, right?
Yeah, you got. Oh, yeah. You got Mahomes. That's right.
He's stinking it up. And Travis Kelce. That's why I'm struggling. They're not doing nothing.
Oh no, you got a lot of players in right now. You got Cole Beasley in right now, but you got 2 players in tomorrow night too. So, I mean, it's anybody's game right now. Oh, I got Marquise Brown though. All right, so yeah, so Trey, guys, we have to be patient. Trey is not a finished product, and he came in too early. Kyle even said so tonight. He said, "Listen, Trey Lance stats don't matter. Jimmy's our starter when he's healthy." Kyle said that tonight. He's going back to Jimmy after the bye week.
We knew that though.
Yeah. So, all right. So let me get these last. Oh, damn. There's another one. All right. Sean Shepard makes his grand appearance tonight. This better be a good one, Sean. I've been looking for you, buddy. Kanan is super chat king. Talk your shit, Sean. Oh, I can't say that to a pastor. Talk your stuff, Sean. Anyway, I think with more playing time, he'll tear it up. FGT. Fluttering Goose Trey. Love him. Ugly throws. What the fuck? What are you doing up here, Niner? No, you're supposed to be in the house. Go ahead. You respond to this. Let me put my dog back in the house. Somebody let him out the back and he came out the front.
What's going on, Sean? Look, man. Trey has some ugly looking throws, but he has some good looking throws too. I mean, look, Trey is not, he's not refined yet. Like he's coming out there. Kyle's trying to figure out ways to get him in, and I don't think Kyle even utilized Trey to his fullest abilities because they gave us a lot of runs. I think the next time you see Trey Lance, you're gonna see a lot of more scheme open wide receiver passes. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think we run that type of an offense though, guys. And I know this isn't Sean's contribution, but I wanted to go back to that where you talked about scheming guys to get open. I don't think we run that type of offense, man. This offense is ran to where we throw you to a spot, you catch it, you get yak. Like that's kind of like what it is, whether it's a quick throw. But with Trey Lance, you gotta give him those type of players, right? Because he's able to get the ball down the field a little bit better than Jimmy Garoppolo. You've seen it. He tried to throw the ball deep on that interception. I think something was wrong with communicating on the route or whatnot, and therefore it was an interception. But back to Sean's contribution, we love Trey, we love Jimmy, but right now at this point, we just want to win, and it's going to be crazy not winning. Oh, you said don't compare Trey to Lance. It's not a comparison of me comparing Trey to Lance, but if you go back to watching Lance his rookie year, he was all over the place with his throws. Okay, so he wasn't the best thrower. He had to run the ball a lot. He relied on that, but they were all in on him. Like they were all in on Josh Allen, opposed to we are with Trey Lance. As you said, and Kyle's presser, excuse me, the moment Jimmy is ready to go, Jimmy will be starting again. That's how it is. You back, Mike? You muted.
What about now? We good? Okay. All right. It said my mic got unplugged. So I stepped on the wire when I got up to put my dog back in the house. So I apologize. I think there was one more contribution here. I think that's the last one from Master Chef again. McGlinchey got beat several times. Need to work on that. Use Dwelly and Juice more. When does Hasty come back? All right. So working backwards here. I'm not sure when Hasty comes back. Honestly, I don't remember what Hasty's injury was.
I don't think Hasty was ever injured, but that's just me.
More conspiracy theories. And I don't think McGlinchey was as bad as people thought. I can't wait to go back and watch this on all 22. I really don't. And because we have a week to do this, because we got the bye week, we're definitely going to watch this game over and over. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to break this whole game down. Nick Donald says J.I. I don't know what that is. So
Jimmy?
I'm sorry. Jimmy? Okay. Thanks for the contribution. All right, let me get into my conspiracy theory, guys. I think Kyle Shanahan wanted Trey Lance to lose this game. I think Kyle wanted people to stop saying, put in Trey Lance, put in Trey Lance, put in Trey Lance. So let me go out here and show you guys he's not as good as you think he is. I'm going to lose this game. He went for it. Wayne, Kyle has been here for what, 5 seasons now?
I've never seen him go for it every fourth down, bro.
I've never seen Kyle go for it on 5 fourth downs before in my entire life.
We were 2 for 5, yo. Yes, Woes, you did say that. Yep.
I have never seen Kyle go for it on that many. Bro, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 5, 4th and 8. He didn't give a shit. 3 times we were in field goal range. This dude was kicking 63-yarders with room to spare in practice in a dome. Not once did he try it. Kyle, so not only did you go for it on 4th downs, you gave up points. All right, y'all want it? This is it. Kyle was not desperate to win Quest for 6. If he was desperate for win, he would take every single point that was presented to him. He passed up on 9 points tonight on purpose. What did we lose by?
7.
Exactly. He passed up on 9 points on purpose. 9 points on purpose. Kyle was not just being aggressive. Kyle was sending a message. Kyle was sending a message that Trey Lance ain't who y'all want him to be. Right? Because what does Jimmy do from 4th and 1? He gets it. He sneaks it right underneath, right?
Why didn't we see one quarterback sneak from a running quarterback?
Not one QB sneak from under center. Everything was at a shotgun. Every time Trey Lance kept the ball on 4th down, it was at a shotgun. The one time he was under shotgun and we took a sneak right at the middle, Juice ran in to take it. A direct snap to Juice.
Yep.
Now tell me I'm wrong.
You're not.
Kyle Shanahan wanted to lose this game. Y'all want conspiracy theory? Here you go. You don't need to subscribe to Patreon for this. Okay?
It's crazy, Mike, because Mo said that on Nitty Gritty right before the show. He said,
he wants the people to stop asking for him. Go ahead. What did Mo say?
He said that. He said Kyle
send this link to Mo. Where Mo's at?
He said Kyle set up for Trey Lance to lose. That's what he said, and we saw it.
Send Mo's the link for this show, bro.
It's all in the play calling. Like we seen it. Like, how do you have a quarterback that you run the ball with? You draw design plays, but yet you don't give him a 4th and 1 quarterback sneak where he can clearly. Why the freak was Kyle Juszczyk in there under the center? The one time we line up under center, you put a fullback there
while Trey's in shotgun.
While Trey was in the shot, well, he wasn't in the shot. He was the halfback. It doesn't make sense.
Yes, Miles, we are serious. Now, here's why I tell you I'm serious. Now, let me provide some evidence, okay? All year long, when it was 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, Kyle called Trey's number. Guess what we did? We converted. Every time we were down in the red zone and Jimmy couldn't score. Remember that halftime?
Trey Lance scored. Well, we couldn't score on our goal lines this time. You mean to tell me the defense just figured it out?
Come on, bro. All red zone every time all year long, right? They called Trey Lance number when Jimmy couldn't get it done, and what Trey Lance do? He delivered. All of a sudden, the play calls ain't those plays? Nah, bro. Nah, man. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hear it. Now, the deeper, darker, my man jumped on right away. Let's go, Moles. Let me click him in. Come on, bro. I hope he's not on the toilet, because this is my angle when I'm on the toilet. This is the picture of my wife.
Nah, I'm not on the toilet.
Okay. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Get in my bag with me, bro. Because this is some bullshit, bro.
Yo, I said the same thing on Nitty Gritty. That's the first thing I said when I got on the show. Kyle, in his ego, wanted to make sure that there was no doubt. If Trey didn't, and people are saying, I heard it in one of the press conferences, they asked Kyle, if Trey would have threw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, it would be a conversation. That's what he was trying to, and he didn't have to throw.
Did you hear his response to that question?
Yeah.
You guys are giving me a lot of hypotheticals tonight.
Exactly. You're giving me a lot of
Motherfucker, answer the question though.
He can't answer the question because it's exactly what you said. He wanted to make sure that he left no doubt. Why do you give him 16 quarterback runs? Why does Mitchell only carry the ball 9 times?
Exactly.
Why do we only see Trey Sermon one carry and it doesn't come into the fourth quarter?
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Come on now. All those 4th and shorts we had, and you didn't bring in one of your running backs that was averaging 4 or 5 yards a pop?
Why did we draft Trey Sermon? We wanted a bigger back who could stay healthy and who could help us up the middle, who can help us wear down a defense. We didn't see Trey Sermon and he played well against Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
He played well against Seattle. He was coming to his own. He was getting his legs under him.
He played so well against Seattle. People said, "Uh-oh, that Mitchell and Sermon 1-2 is going to look pretty nice."
It's going to look pretty good.
Yeah.
And Kyle in his ego was like, let me pump y'all brakes. And every time I hear him say, "Oh, Trey isn't ready. Trey isn't ready." It's not that Trey isn't ready. It's that he's not ready. And until Kyle is ready to put him in, which isn't until week 1 of next season, he's going to do whatever he has to do to make sure that Trey isn't the full-time starter. As long as Jimmy's on this roster, he's going to do whatever he can do to make sure that Jimmy plays. And he did it with this bullshit play calling tonight. Yeah. Everything he called tonight was suspect throughout the whole game.
Now, if y'all don't want to take our word for it, y'all might say that we have an agenda. There's 3 black men on here defending a black man, right? That's cool. We're going to be real here. Maybe y'all feel that way. But the contributions in the comments tonight were saying what? That P word. Everything seemed predictable with Trey Lance every time he had to carry the ball. Every 4th down, it felt predictable, right?
Yes,
that's what it was. I talked about how 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, 4th and 1 is an offensive coordinator's favorite down and distance because we could run, we can pass, we can call a pass, and if it ain't there, we could probably scramble for it. Kyle didn't do none of that tonight. It was bad design runs, and Kyle's smarter than that. I've seen Kyle too long to know that he can do better than that. I've seen him too long, bro. Go ahead, Wayne. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
No, like I couldn't figure out all the halfback tosses. Like, I get we're an outside zone team, but we didn't even really run outside zone runs. They were all tosses, and they weren't even I didn't get it, and we didn't run any inside zone runs until like the 4th quarter, and then the one you do, he gets 7 yards on it,
and never went back to it again. Now tell me why. Make it make sense.
We rarely ran misdirection with Debo. I've seen 2 or 3 plays where he runs that that motion across and then back behind the running back. I've seen that maybe 2 or 3 times. And the only carry that he had, it wasn't like a jet sweep or a jet motion. He was lined up in the backfield and got the handoff on his touchdown run. So Kyle is known for motions. None of the motions did anything to trick this defense. None of it made them hesitate. None of the motions made them second guess what they were seeing. Like it didn't open up anything today. And I agree with you 1,000%, Mike. That was by design. That wasn't the fault of the receivers not running the right routes.
Nope.
That wasn't the fault of Trey Lance not hitting the right. That was by design.
Yep.
And Breezy, what you said tonight, you were absolutely right. That Kyle wanted to put Travis Benjamin in for his speed. But why was he getting so many snaps?
I can't figure it out.
Coming off of IR.
Yo,
haven't practiced.
I looked up and I saw 2 wide receiver sets, and it was never Brandon Ayuk and Debo. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell is going on?
Like, how do you not have your best weapons out on the field?
The 2 best wide receivers while George Kittle is out is on the field.
Especially, you said it, especially with Kittle being out.
Come on, bro.
You got to put them out there. You set Trey up.
This was, and you know what? If we had a 1 in spite of, Kyle would have been like, well, it was a rough start. Things didn't go as smoothly as we wanted to. So we don't know if it was really something that we want to stick with. He said it at the presser. They answered the question. It was never going to be about Trey staying the starter. As soon as Jimmy's healthy, we going back to Jimmy. Now, Nick Donald says, you all got to get Lance's dad on the show. I would love to know their honest opinion about of how he is being used. Listen,
if you go back and watch the game, his dad was pissed the off.
It got to one point where his dad just sat down.
His dad sat down while the mom was standing up. The dad was down, not even wanting to look. And let me tell you, Nick, out of respect for our starting quarterback right now and the future of the franchise, I wouldn't do that. Because I know for a fact that those things have ramifications. When the fathers of active players speak out, it carries a lot of weight. It gets back to the locker room and to the organization, and it has negative effects. So I wouldn't do that, even if we had the opportunity. And that is nothing against Trey's father, because I would love to speak with him one-on-one, but I wouldn't do it on the air or on the record. I wouldn't put him in that position to have something he says negatively or even positively affect his son. I wouldn't do that to him. That is a hell of a position to be in. But you could see it, like Mo said. You go back and you watch the game. You just look at the highlights. Look at when they showed the scan to the field. They showed his mom and dad at least 6 times tonight. Twice I saw his dad standing up.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough for him to watch, especially every father knows their child better than anybody, right? He trained his son. He knows what his son is good at. He knows what his son can do, and his son's just not being used properly. And what did I say at the beginning of the show? I said Kyle Shanahan needs to let Trey be Trey. Like at the end of the day, you got to let him be who he is.
It's one thing to call a quarterback sneak. It's one thing to call it every time it's 4th and short. You get what I'm saying? Like the way he was using Trey out of shotgun. That play over to the pylon. All right, I think Trey could have stretched that out and probably got it in there, right? He used his body. He don't know. Why was that never the case when he was doing it when Jimmy was the starter and he was coming in here to spell Jimmy on a couple of plays? That shit didn't make any sense to me, man. It didn't make any sense. Kyle was just out there doing whatever the hell he wanted to do, and I didn't like it. I guess Mose really knows Kyle in that BS.
I mean, we've been saying it all night, bro. Nothing made sense. Like, I could understand if we lost and it made sense, and Arizona just made more plays.
They weren't even that good.
Yo, how honestly, how they played against the Rams, I thought, I'll be honest, I thought we was giving up 30 points. How they played against the Rams, I thought we was giving up 30 points. And for our defense to hold them to 10 points for 3 quarters, and then they get that 7, in the fourth, because Kyler just throws up a duck and then takes advantage of Josh Norman at the fade in the end zone. But for us to hold them to 17 points this whole game, and I mean, on short notice, Trey got 2 touchdowns last week against the Seahawks. And I think on short notice, he looked better in that Seahawks game than he did tonight. And again, I agree with Mike 100%. And I said it on Nitty Gritty Niners. Nobody can tell me any different. This was by design. This was by design. Kyle orchestrated this. And for me, as a fan of this team, like I said, it's too early to say Kyle needs to be fired. But everything that we've been hearing from him this entire offseason, starting from the draft, all the stuff with Jimmy, trading the pick, all the stuff that we heard in training camp, the stuff with Brandon Ayuk, everything that we've been hearing from him have been half-truths, and has been misdirections and misleading. This only further has my antennas up when it comes to his true intentions and where he's really trying to take this team. And whenever he speaks at that podium, I got to take everything he says with a grain of salt, because I don't know what's real and I don't know what's fake.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing that was real tonight. They asked Kyle about Trey Lance's play overall and how he felt. You know one thing that he did say? He said, I thought Trey played well enough for us to get the win tonight.
Yeah.
That wasn't on him. You know what that is? That's a guilty conscience fucking with you. That's what that is. That you ever do something wrong? We all got kids here. Mose, I know you got the baby. Is that your only child?
No, I got 4.
Oh shit, you catching up to me, man. You better slow down, bro. You
Oh
better
no,
go
I'm
get.
done.
Oh, I
I'm
got the
done.
snip and clip after the fourth one, so I
Oh
hope you
no,
don't.
me too.
Yeah,
Me
okay,
too.
my man. Okay. So, there's times where you got to tell your child something that you don't necessarily agree with, right? So I do this thing, the Santa Claus, and I got to be careful because my daughter goes back and watches our videos, right? But the Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny, and da-da-da-da-da, right? I mean, we sit around and we try to say, when do we draw that line in the sand to let our kids know, right? So we changed it up a little bit. Everything ain't from Santa. You get one gift from Santa. Everything else from mommy and daddy, right? We try doing that. We still do the Tooth Fairy thing and all that stuff, right? But when your conscience starts to fuck with you, you don't have a choice but to put some truth out there to try to ease your own mind. You put some truths out there to try to get some of that weight off of your shoulders from carrying that burden of deception. You know what I'm saying? So when Kyle went out there and said, I feel like Lance played well enough to win tonight, I believe that he thought that. I really do believe that he thought that tonight. But if the quarterback played well enough for you to win, why didn't you?
And that's the crazy part, and that's why I laughed. In spite of what you tried to do, in spite of your sabotage, he still played well enough for y'all to win this game. So you hit it on the head. He has a guilty conscience because in spite of you trying to sabotage him, in spite of you calling a bullshit game that and that you feel in your heart was not creative at all, for you to be labeled as this offensive guru, this offensive genius, you're able to draw stuff up. And now Sean McVay and the LaFleur brothers and everybody else and they mama in this league is trying to run a version of your offense.
They all your sons, right?
As uninspired as your play calling was tonight, your 21-year-old rookie quarterback in his first NFL start did everything that he could for y'all to still win this game.
Yeah.
That's going that I hope that does eat at him for the next 2 weeks.
I want to let's get Carlos' contribution here, and Mose, if you got his reaction that he's looking for, you get that off. But let me explain why I said the whole it's three black guys talking. So I don't want people to say that we're just defending him. So let me explain that afterwards. Carlos says, tell them about the play action with no one midfield, Mose.
I can't. There's nothing for me to
so
tell
the
you
people
about.
Who don't know what they're talking about what happened.
What play specifically?
Oh, I thought maybe you tweeted something and he saw something. I don't know. Okay. All right.
No.
Cool.
I don't know what play he's talking about specifically, but he may be talking about all throughout this game because I told Breezy like even the play action, for as much as we ran Trey, the play action was uninspired. With Jimmy when we try to run play action and try to get something down the field, there's at least somebody running up the seam. We saw it in the Green Bay game where Kittle was up the seam, Jair Alexander just came over and made a great play because there was no wide receiver running a corner or a crosser to pull him away from Kittle running that streak. But tonight, there was nobody midfield. There was nobody running down the seams and trying to make those safeties decide, do I want to stay in my zone? Do I want to stay on my deep half? Or do I want to take this seam route? There was no type. We know, obviously, one of the biggest things that we see in Trey Lance that we don't see in Jimmy Garoppolo is arm strength. So if we're running him, obviously the play action should be able to work. But let's get somebody down the field so where we could stretch this defense out. That will help us in the intermediate game. But we didn't do that tonight. There was nobody running deep, running up the seams, occupying that middle of the field where the defense and Budda Baker had to think, oh, do I have to stay here? Do I have to occupy this area because somebody's coming? I didn't see that all game. And maybe I got to go back and look at the film again just to double check and make sure. But from what I saw, there was none of that on the play action.
Have y'all ever seen the best coverage linebacker go out and Kyle not take advantage of that before?
Yo, when Isaiah Simmons went out of the game, I thought we were going to try to manipulate that, but they didn't. No halfback choice routes, nothing.
No linebackers getting over there, right? So, all right. So, Greg, he asked, what's the point of Kyle doing this, right? Mike, you're a clown. Like, listen, let me explain to you guys. I'm gonna say something very, very blunt and very direct. I do not think Kyle is racist. What I'm saying is this. I know that people watching will hear what I'm saying, that Kyle purposely called these plays, and look at the three of us and say they're defending Trey like that because they're black men. And that's not what I'm doing. I do not think Kyle Shanahan is racist. I don't care if this was Mac Jones in here, right? Here's what I do believe. I believe that Kyle is not ready to start Trey for his reasoning, whether he thinks Trey isn't ready, whether he wants Trey to know more of the playbook before he gets in, whatever his reasoning is valid in Shanahan's head, right? And I agree with Kyle on that. I think Kyle wanted to make it clear that Trey is not the answer right now, so I want the fans to stop clamoring for him. Even if we had to happen to edge this game out and get the win, right? It would have been bad enough and close enough to say, we probably could have been just as good or as bad with Jimmy in there. And so let Trey sit and learn a little bit more. He'll be even better when he gets in there. So this is not a race thing that I was saying. I said that because I know how the public thinks. When you see three black men sitting on a show defending Trey Lance the way that we're defending him and blaming Kyle Shanahan, they're going to say, oh, you guys are saying that because he's black. Because let me tell you, I would not have done the same thing for Colin Kaepernick. I was one of the guys on this show saying Colin Kaepernick is done. We should move on from Colin Kaepernick as a 49. I was that guy. So this is not about race. I only brought race into it because I think that's how people will view that segment and think about it. And I was trying to tell you guys that that's not what it is. So don't get it twisted. I don't want Kyle Shanahan fired. I don't think Kyle is in over his head. And I don't think Kyle Shanahan is racist. I won't say that again. I think I'm very clear and very direct in my message here. I don't think there's a need to revisit that again. If you guys have anything you want to say on that subject, please chime in right now. And if not, we're going to move on to the other contributions.
Next.
No, you said it. You said it clear as day, bro.
Because if y'all do think that he's racist, please tell me. I said it on your show. I do think that he doesn't know how to deal with certain men, minority men. I think that Kyle struggles with how to deal with black men and how to motivate black men. But that doesn't mean he's racist. It's just an unfamiliar territory. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I have a job now where I work with people who are actively dying. I work in a hospice company, right? And so where I was working before, even though it's the same medical field and doing a lot of the same stuff that I was doing, I had to learn how to adjust to people who are on hospice. The way I talk to somebody that I'm setting up who's going to be using oxygen and nebulizers and CPAPs and all that stuff for the next 20 years of their lives is very different than the way I have to go and do a setup for someone who is dying within the next 2 weeks, and how I have to deal with their families. The way I handle and interact with those people is very different than the way I had to interact with the other people. And so I had to learn to adjust. I think Kyle has that adjustment period that he has to go through. I am not calling Kyle racist. So that is not the purpose or the premise of what my comments were. I want to be clear here, okay? CJ Crucial says, Kyle has only had one successful year as a coach with the Niners, and that year was heavily split between him and Saleh. I will say this. People bring this up a lot. And Kyle is always going to get the benefit of the doubt because he never had a quarterback. The 1 year he had a quarterback that the league wasn't ready for, he took the league by storm and won 13 games and went to the Super Bowl. Then the league caught up to that quarterback, and now he's back to the drawing board again. And that's why he drafted a guy like Trey Lance, who can spread the ball around and get the ball outside the numbers and down the field and X, Y, and Z. So Kyle is adjusting on the fly just like the rest of us are with watching this. Okay, so that's why I feel that the 1-4 successful seasons has to go out the window. And by the way, this is the 5th year right here. We don't know how this is going to end yet. He could very well be 2-3 after the season. We don't know how it's going to go because I still think the Niners can be a playoff team. I just want to make it clear here. All right. So I was not race baiting. I was not trying to get people black versus white. We don't want any of that shit here. We don't want any of that going on here. Okay. So y'all know, y'all heard Breezy's intro. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne. It's 2-2. This is not a racist podcast. This is not a racist show. Don't do that, guys. All right. So don't take that there. Big homie in him. He says, what are y'all talking about? Kyle didn't make him throw that interception. Kyle didn't make him miss Elijah Mitchell on the goal line when he tried to run. Kyle didn't drop them passes either. Team lost. All right, guys, I'm going to give you all the opportunity to explain this here because apparently Big Homie didn't hear what I said. So explain to me or to them, both of you guys, how we are blaming Kyle for the play calling and the decisions he made with Trey Lance in there.
Go ahead, Breeze.
I mean, basically, Kyle has to be the one that has to go out there and make certain adjustments. We always put execution on the players. Kyle cannot make the players execute. I think we're all smart enough to understand that. But
Yes,
Kyle
sir.
still is the head coach, and he still has to go and say, you know what? This play didn't work. Let me try to see what I can do. They're running cover 2 with 2 deep out there. Let's see if we can kind of change it up. Let's see if I can draw an underneath play for whatever, whatever is whatever. You don't expect Trey to come out there and read the whole daggone field as a rookie. I don't even think you expect Jimmy. We expect Jimmy to do it because he's been in the league for 8 years. But when you see a guy like Trey, there was a throw that people thought he should have threw across his back before he rolled out to the right to hit Elijah Mitchell. I don't think any quarterback's making that throw. That he's going this way, Elijah Mitchell's that way, and you want to throw it all the way back that way? And if there had been a defender there that just came out of nowhere, that's a pick six. And so he took the ball and continued to move forward on his side where the momentum was driving. I don't fault him for that. I do fault him for the interception because the throw was high. The throw was down the field, and he just didn't see or think Budda Baker was going to be playing cover deep on him, and he threw an interception. So, no, that's not Kyle's fault. That's the quarterback's fault. But there are plays that Kyle could have ran where the quarterback was in certain positions to get first downs, and then he doesn't do it to get first downs. We've seen Kyle Shanahan do certain things with Jimmy Garoppolo on 4th and 1s, but not with Trey on 4th and 1s. So why would you do a quarterback sneak with Jimmy Garoppolo, but not a Trey Lance when you have the running quarterback as Trey Lance? If he's a running, there's that option to run. Why are you not running that play to extend the play? Kyle was trying to extend the plays, but he really wasn't trying to extend the plays. And I think that's kind of what we're alluding to most. If you want to pick up and add to that, be my guest, put your magic to the test. My bad.
Tie the napkin around your neck, Shetty, and we provide the rest.
I think the only thing I'm going to add is the play calling was very vanilla. He didn't do anything to make this Arizona defense second guess. And if we want to take it back to, his one good year as the contribution just mentioned in 2019, a lot of what he did that year with motions, with moving guys around, with the route combinations, in every game, it called some type of coverage bust. Somebody was wide open somewhere on the field because of what was being called, because of the scheme, because of the plays before it. Because of what Kyle was setting up. It's like, we know that Kyle does that. We know Kyle will run something in the first quarter and then come back to it in the third or fourth quarter because he has you thinking one way and then he gets you with another. None of that happened in this game. There was no scheme. There was nothing, like I said, to disguise what we were doing. There was nothing to make Arizona second guess and to think that we were doing one thing and then we come out and do another. No coverage busts that I saw anywhere in this game. So that's what we talk about with play calling. Yes, it's not Kyle's fault that the players drop passes. It's not Trey's fault that those players drop passes. You talk about Trey missing Elijah Mitchell on that goal line. If Trey makes that pass to Elijah Mitchell, he's getting tackled. Isaiah Simmons was right there, was right behind them. Even if he catches that ball, he's getting tackled short. So Trey, he said it in his press conference. It was a bang bang play. He saw Elijah Mitchell, but he also saw the defender, and he said he thought he could make it there with his legs, and he just got tackled. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about play calling. It was very vanilla, nothing inspiring about this play calling at all, and we saw that tonight in our lack of ability to put points on the board. Yes, we were able to move the ball, but it wasn't on a consistent basis.
Too. When Jimmy's in there, Kyle takes the points. 3 times tonight he passed up on 3 points.
That's what I'm saying.
3 times tonight he passed up on 3 points.
Now you could allude to that he wasn't confident in the kicker.
Come on, one of them was from the 2-yard line.
I'm just saying. It wasn't a
But
good day.
wasn't the point of us of getting this kicker because he could make a long field goal?
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
I understand the points of it. I'm just saying that could be his reasoning. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right.
And that's bullshit if that's what his reasoning is.
It could be.
Kyle can't justify not
We've
taking
seen
9
Kyle
points.
do bullshit stuff, bro. Like Kyle does that. Kyle will do stuff to get stuff. We only probably got a kicker to use as a decoy. He's probably going to try to use Trey Lance as much as he could just to get some real NFL looks at him so he can decipher and pick it apart for the next time he gets a chance to go in there.
That juice play on 4th down, you want to know why it worked last time? Because Jimmy was a quarterback and they brought Lance in. Yep. They brought Lance in on that play, and everybody focused on Lance and not Juice.
Yeah.
Right? But there was no quarterback switch.
No.
So either way, they were expecting run up the middle. So it was a stupid fucking play call.
That's my point. That's my point. That's the point about the play calls. That's why we keep saying Kyle has to do better. You can't expect him. Even if we would have brought Jimmy in and made a quarterback switch, they would have still stopped it because Jimmy ain't Trey.
Right.
He's not that threat to take off, hold the ball, and run.
Right. And then Niner gang VZ, you know, I appreciate you, man. I do have to explain myself to people because I understand. I know how people think, especially after the comment I made. I know how people think, and you got a Tupac avatar, bro. Like, come on, like I don't have to explain it to you, but there's other people out there, man. And you know, I try to make sure that people understand our show and understand what we're talking about. You know, Cameron Mass, he says, my question is, why all season haven't we seen a 3 wide receiver set with Debo, Brandon Ayuk, and Trent Sherfield? They're the best and fastest wide receivers we got. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know if Kyle's trying to save this shit for the end of the season when we're making a playoff push or what, but those are your top 3 wide receivers on the team. The most consistent down and down. And when I say consistent, I'm talking about Debo having to drop a game. There's still the most consistent play. Breezy, do you remember when I had a conversation? We did a show in the offseason about the most consistent players on the team. Mm-hmm. And I said, did I say Akello Witherspoon or did I say Brandon or Kendrick Bourne? I said, even with the drops or even with the bad plays, you know exactly what you're going to get from these guys. You factor that in, that this guy is going to win 70% of his reps. The 30% is going to be, oh, man, what'd you do? But you know what you're going to get from these guys. Those 3 that he listed here, now with Trent as the outsider, because we haven't seen him enough, but based off of preseason, based off of training camp, those are the top 3 guys. We have not seen those 3 on the field one time. Instead, we got Debo, we got Benjamin, and we got fucking Kyle Juszczyk. What formation was that? Like, what do you? Oh my God, man! Oh my God!
Like, who was he thinking he was going to deceive on the defense with that type of formation?
I don't know.
That's my point. That's why he's the issue.
I don't
Kyle's
know.
Too smart, or maybe he's no longer smart enough. Maybe the teams have figured him out. But how is he this genius to where he can't realize that having multiple people with different skill sets on the field at the best of what they do, like that's probably going to cause defensive. We went in motion and defenses were playing. They just straight up played zone and that was it. No one fouled anybody.
Nope. And you would think that if you send the guy in motion and you see that nobody's moving the zone, they would have a second play called for that, right?
Easily.
Didn't happen tonight. It didn't happen tonight. We didn't see how many I know y'all don't know off the top of your head. I'm saying this tongue in cheek, but how many formations did you see with a running back and Juice at the same time in the backfield?
I got to go back and rewatch it, bro. I didn't.
Maybe one. I don't remember seeing many of them at all. That's my problem. It was Trey in a single back set, or it was Trey and Juice.
Because they were going to utilize Trey as a running back in this game.
Yeah, but Juice was out there so fucking much. Like, what are you doing?
I thought Juice would be Trey's security blanket today. I thought he would be what George Kittle would have been.
Yes, he was supposed to take the place of Kittle. I'm with you.
And he clearly didn't.
Right.
Like they got him. They hit him on a couple of passes, and I think that was it. And so they didn't even utilize him properly. I'm telling you, man, the play calling isn't what we think. I think we got juked on the play calling. I think we thought we were going to get this crazy play caller, and now all of a sudden, I think defenses have figured them out.
You know, this is I think I'm wondering, I should say, if part of this is Trey Lance's inexperience. Could Kyle not call all of that because Trey just isn't as familiar with all of those plays?
But that's bullcrap, Mike. Because when Jimmy Garoppolo joined this team, you didn't ask him to learn a whole playbook. So get that fucking shit out of here, bro. You didn't ask Jimmy to learn a playbook. You let Jimmy bootleg to the left and bootleg to the right, and he found guys open and was able to throw passes to Marquise Goodwins and those guys. We got way better receivers than them. And now you're telling me you can't draft up a game, you can't scheme a game for Trey to run 20 plays and have different variations of those 20? I think that's even a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be kidding me when you got the you're saying this to me when Kyle Shanahan literally drew up 3 playbooks last year and had to have 2 of them on deck because he didn't know if he was going to go with Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard.
I feel you, bro.
Now you don't feel me because that's the point.
I do, because this was not a good game plan tonight. I didn't like it. We questioned, and here's the thing: this isn't hindsight, guys. This is not hindsight. If you guys, I know everybody that's watching right now. There's 630 people watching right now. I know all of you guys aren't there for the live on Patreon, but I promise you, we were questioning all of this during the live game. We were trying to figure out what the hell is he doing? What is this? What formation is what is this personnel package? Who is that over there with the long hair? Is that Benjamin? Where's Juice? Is that Benjamin? Where's Ayuk? Is that Benjamin? Where's Debo? Like,
why did he not run the ball? Like, right. What happened?
And that's the thing that makes me question this the most. This is what really, really bothers me. If the game was that close, Jimmy would have never had that many pass attempts. If it was a 1 possession game all game, we would have been running the ball nonstop. We are a run first team. That is the bread and butter of this system. We are a run first team. Terrell Davis ain't Terrell Davis for no fucking reason. It's the Shanahan system, right? Where the fuck was the run game tonight? Like, I just don't understand what we saw. How do you get away from your core principles with a rookie? With a rookie, you change everything up with a fucking rookie in there? A rookie that you said is not ready. Come on, man. Hey, RWJ, I don't know what that stands for, but where I'm from, that's Robert Wood Johnson. That's a hospital out here. So he says if Jimmy was in the game, he would have been sacked at least 5 times and a lot more 3-and-outs. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, because they would have stacked the box.
100%.
Trey Lance, second to third throw, he threw that ball all the way down the field. That let the team know that he was trying to get the ball down the field, but they took away down the field, and so we needed Trey to start hitting some more underneath routes. So I think they would have stacked the box against Jimmy. We would have had an effective run game, period. And think about it. Trey got 89 of those rushing yards.
Right.
Take away them 89 rushing yards, we don't look good in the run game.
Nope.
Now, maybe this is hindsight. I'm going to ask you guys this question here. Maybe this is hindsight. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But if we saw the same exact game plan for Jimmy Garoppolo that we saw for Trey Lance, like if they ran a Jimmy Garoppolo game plan with Trey in there, would we have been criticizing Kyle for not taking advantage of Trey Lance's skill set and getting the ball down the field more? Like, are we reacting this way because we just lost and it didn't go the way we wanted it to?
No, I'm not, bro. But all right. Here's what I'm trying to say. Trey Lance can do everything Jimmy does and then more.
Okay. So then you should have been using a lot of those Jimmy type plays then.
You gotta look, I'm looking at the interception right now. I think Travis Benjamin ran the wrong route. I think Travis Benjamin sat on the route and Trey thought he was going deeper. If he can only just ran.
But why do you play him when he doesn't have chemistry with your quarterback? Because he hasn't been able to practice.
That I can't answer.
I don't get that shit at all. There's no way he'd have been the receiver with the most snaps tonight.
And you know what something Trey Lance said during his presser? He said, and we missed Jawan Jennings tonight. He's made some big plays for us. That lets me know that him as a quarterback, he know who his guys are. He knows who he has chemistry with.
I expected to see a lot of the guys that are down on the depth chart that weren't the starters that he works with normally.
This should have been a big game for Trent Sherfield.
I swear on everything, I asked that question. Breezy, you tell me if I'm wrong. You were here. You were here. When we pulled up the inactives, we still got the picture in here. Where is it at? I'm gonna show you all the picture. We pulled up the inactive list, and I said, "Hold on, Mister. Let me get your comment off of here really quick, and I'll pop it back up. I promise you, James." I saw Jawan Jennings down there, and I said, "Guys, Jawan Jennings is out, and Travis Benjamin is up. What does that mean? What's the difference here?" We asked that question as soon as we saw that.
I thought Travis Benjamin was going to be utilized in the return game.
Yes.
But hear me out. I thought Kyle Shanahan was going to like overdose with the run game. And so now you got Eli, you got Sherman, you got Patrick, and then some Cannon. And so I thought we was going to get a run down the throat. We've seen Kyle Shanahan. That's the thing I don't understand. We've seen Kyle take the ball out of quarterback's hands and force feed the run. You got one of the best offensive lines in the game of football.
Come on, bro.
You got the best, especially when it comes to running the ball.
Oh, that's exactly it. That's the strength of the offensive line.
Yes.
That's the fucking strength of the line.
Yes.
Mike McGlinchey's not a drop back 50, 60 times in the fucking game. That's not Mike. That's not Mike McGlinchey.
So y'all can say the penalties is on Trey Lance. Them penalties are on Kyle Shanahan.
Trent Williams. Every highlight that you see Baldy talking about, all the highlights that make
he's throwing somebody out of bounds.
It's throwing somebody out of bounds and burying them in the second level. Guess what? You're not doing that in a pass play. It's always in a run play. Mm-hmm. When those guys get downfield like that, they getting after. If it is a pass play, it's a snap, throw to the running back, and let them go forward. It's a quick play. You didn't see that tonight. You didn't see it tonight. This is Kyle. This is what Kyle did. Breezy, this is one of the guys that you highlighted, and Mose, you can get on this too if you did. You said with George being out, or maybe it was Nick, I don't know. But one of y'all said, I expect to see a lot of Dwelly tonight. Dwelly's going to be the man tonight.
It wasn't me.
So it was, and he's not in here. Damn. Mose, what do you think? Did you think that Dwelly was going to get involved a little bit more tonight?
Absolutely, and I said this on Nitty Gritty. We talked about missing George. How detrimental would it be? And I said I don't think it would be as detrimental as people think, because it'll allow Trey to scan the field a little bit more and find other open receivers and not force feed the ball into Kittle. Yep. Obviously, we saw he Debo got the most targets, and granted, he's warranted those targets because of what the numbers he's put up so far. But not having Kittle it takes another dynamic player that you don't have to force the ball to. So I definitely thought Dwelly could have been involved a little bit more in this game. As the contribution said, why didn't we see any play action with somebody midfield? That could have been Dwelly's wheelhouse. Dwelly's 6'5", 6'6". He could have took advantage of those smaller DBs and boxed somebody out on some of those play actions, up the seams today. So again, we didn't see that. And I go back to not trusting the things that come out of Kyle's mouth, because after the draft, he was so giddy. He was like a kid on Christmas when we were able to draft Trey Lance. He was like, oh, he was the guy all the time. I put on the tape and I just fell in love with his athleticism and what he could do and blah, 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 blah. He made us all feel like he was the smartest guy in the room. He made us think that he wanted Mac Jones, and he made us think that he wanted Zach Wilson or Justin Fields when it was Trey Lance all along. So how are you so giddy and so high on this kid, and you have a chance to play him, and your play calling is uninspired? Like those two things don't add up. You got the guy that you so-called wanted, but then the play calling the play calling looks like you don't want this guy to be your quarterback. That's what it looks like. The play calling looks like this was Jimmy Garoppolo, that you're doing everything to set him up to fail and not succeed. And it doesn't add up to me. It doesn't.
It didn't make any sense, bro. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different pass catchers tonight. That includes Charlie Warner, and that includes Ross Dwelly. There were 7 different pass catchers tonight. There were only 5 people who carried the ball as a run, and that's not normal for Kyle. It's not. Only one receiver had a rushing play tonight. That's not normal for what Kyle does. It's just not. You go back to the Eagles game here. Let me pull up the Eagles game here real quick, right? The Eagles game, you had carriers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people carried the ball as a running back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people with receiving yards. That's Kyle. That's Kyle. Like we didn't see it tonight, man. It's and little stuff like that makes a difference. How many, like, just give us one misdirection play, one thing that we didn't see coming, and that's not how it felt all night long. And for this team, for this defense to go out there and hold the highest scoring team in the league to half of their production, we should have won this game. It was a 1 possession game all night long. 1 possession all night long, bro. And we abandoned the run game completely. I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. I've never seen nothing like that. I don't get it. It's not a Shanahan system. Mike or Kyle, it's not a Shanahan system. I don't get it. CJ Crucial chimes in again. He says, Sermon and Lance were so good last week. What happened? Why did Elijah Mitchell get 95% of the snaps? You think Kyle knows Sermon is better with Lance? Thoughts?
Guys, I'm confused, man. I don't get it. Sermon, in my opinion, was just heating up. And then you get Elijah Mitchell back and you immediately make the switch. And in my opinion, Mitchell isn't better than Sermon. This is why you drafted Sermon higher. But Sermon had 89. I think Sermon had 89 yards off of 19 carries last week. And he would have had 100 yards rushing had the 49ers kept rushing the ball. But once again, what do? They abandon the run. Then they bring it back when it's a little too late. And so it's like, I'm confused because I don't know what Kyle Shanahan is thinking when he puts his players active or inactive and he starts doing the depth chart for the lineup. I have no idea, but I think, in my opinion, that you should use Mitchell as the change of pace back and start the game off with Sermon. Like that's how it should be. That should be your 1 and 2 punch. Will it happen? I don't know, man. But it is what it is, man. I don't know. I don't know how Kyle tends to want to use these. Yeah.
All right. Mose, what do you think?
Listen, I only place I disagree with you, Breezy. I do like Elijah Mitchell a little bit better than Sermon. Obviously, he's faster, and I like his vision. I like the way he hits the holes a little bit better. And he kind of proved that tonight. Like, Elijah Mitchell didn't play bad. I think he played really, really well. I think he could have heated up and he could have got better as the game went on if he got more than 9 touches. Where I agree is Sermon definitely should have got more touches. The fact that he only got 1 carry tonight and it didn't come into the fourth quarter absolutely makes no sense. And you said it earlier. We've seen Kyle take the ball out of the quarterback's hands. And not that he would have took it out of Trey Lance's hands because he was playing bad, but Trey Lance should not have had 16 carries this game. And we can go back and we can divvy up to see which runs were called design quarterback runs and which ones were off script. But that number is going to be in favor of design quarterback runs. There were very few off script quarterback runs from Trey Lance tonight. There's no way he should have had 16 carries tonight. Anywhere between 5 and 10, I would have been cool with. But him having 16 carries, no way. Give the ball to Elijah Mitchell. Give the ball to Trey Sermon. Let those dudes run the ball. Let those dudes wear down this defense. Let them make the safeties cheat up and play on the line. That can help you in the play action. The play action wasn't going to work with Trey Lance running the ball. The play action wasn't going to work with design quarterback runs because the defense doesn't have to respect you handing the ball off to the running backs. You haven't been doing it all game.
Yeah, exactly.
Running backs got 10 carries.
Total.
The only other carry was use check on that BS fourth down, which I don't even consider that a carry.
Nope.
And then Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
Your running backs got 10 carries.
Yeah. Unacceptable, man.
Unacceptable.
That's wild as fuck. Listen. If the score was 32-10, I get it. We down. We gotta air this whole out. We gotta do what we gotta do. It was never that bad. Right. So I just don't get it. I don't get it, man. What happened to Kyle calling play action bootlegs? In 2019, we called them a lot. What happened to Kyle calling them? Trey can execute a bootleg. That's what Breezy was saying.
These are the things we don't understand. Kyle has confused. I even think Kyle's confusing himself at this point. I think Kyle doesn't realize that, hey, man, if it ain't, my motto is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we see defenses struggle. Why? Because we struggle against defenses, man. Bootleg plays are hard to defend, man. You run it with a quarterback. They can either take off and run if you don't have that one guy containing him, right? Or they could throw the ball, lob it over your head, and get hit a guy with a dump for a 7 to good big gain. And so I just don't know, man. I don't know if Kyle Shanahan has been figured out. I don't know if Kyle Shanahan is not trying to show his bag. I don't know.
Quarterback carries. It's pathetic, bro. Listen, quarterback carries. I'm talking about running yards, okay? Rushing attempts. Quarterbacks against the Seahawks, 7. That was all Trey Lance, by the way. Jimmy was the quarterback that game for the first half. Right? 7 for Trey Lance in that game. You go back to the Packers game, right? Quarterback carries in that game. 1 for Garoppolo, 1 for Lance, right? You go to the Eagles game. Quarterback carries again. I'm only reading quarterback carries. Now, they say Garoppolo had 11 rushing attempts for 20 yards and none for Lance.
Yeah, he didn't come in that game.
Eagles game. Quarterback carries. 3 for Garoppolo, 3 for Lance. Explain to me why Lance has so many carries. Like, you can't make sense of it, bro. You can't make sense of it. You can't make sense of it. It's nonsense, man, and it's what we got to deal with. Like I said, I think Kyle wanted to barely win this game. And when I say barely, I think he was looking for a 1 or 2 point victory and just wanted to get out of there and say, told you guys, Lance isn't ready. I really think that. He went to the podium. He tried to blame it on the speed package and say that it was that. We'll break the pressures down later on. I promise you guys that. But this one was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. I always felt like he was going to get back to the basics, and for us to never be down more than 1 score in this game, it was just hard. It was hard to watch and hard to understand. Yeah. So, yeah, someone said it. Here it is, John Day. No quarterback should be running that much.
Yeah.
You can't justify it when you're winning or when you're down 1 score. You cannot justify
carries. And I would say maybe 7 of those were improvs. So I think he was designed to run the ball a lot in this game. That's not a good plan.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Either way, like, you can't justify how few running back carries or wide receiver carries there were tonight. You can't. We had a problem. Remember Nick came on here all pissed off and upset about how many carries Juice had as the lead back that night? That would be more acceptable in a game that's a 1-score game. That wasn't – you had Mitchell and Sermon. You can't justify 1 carry for Sermon.
Yeah.
You can't.
One carry in the 4th quarter.
And it was for 7 yards.
He didn't see the field. He didn't see the field until the 4th.
Nope.
And it was 7 yards, so why not give him the ball again? And then again.
Exactly.
And again.
I know people who would kill for 7 yards a carry.
Yep.
J Dog says we in trouble. Kyle signed in 2025. I don't think so. I think Kyle needs to go ahead and just accept that Trey is the guy.
It's
When
more
he
than
accepts it,
it's more than that, Mike. So I agree with J Dog because it's not about Kyle just accepting that. It's about Kyle accepting what the NFL is right now. And he needs to change it up, yo. You don't see Bill Belichick doing the same crap. Like, you don't see these coaches doing the same crap. They go out and get better players. They go out and get players that they feel is going to give them an edge and an opportunity to win. They're not banking just off of draft picks. They have a good mixture of vets and draft picks on their team that's going to give them a chance to win. Now, granted, we're dealing with a lot of injuries. But look, we got a lot of players that are injury. I don't want to say prone, but are hip to getting injured. If Raheem Mostert was here, would we be having this conversation? Possibly not, because we know that Raheem Mostert has a different set of speed skills and he can hit holes quicker and things like that. And so maybe Kyle Shanahan would like to run the ball, but you drafted 2 running backs.
exactly.
Now you gotta utilize them suckers, bro. You can only work with what you got,
Especially when the 2 running backs who are ahead of them on the depth chart are out. Mostert and Wilson aren't fucking here. So you got to use the guys that you fucking drafted.
And see, that's where it can't be an excuse to me. You have to be able to utilize these pieces.
Right.
Find out what their strengths are and get out there and exploit that joint against these defenses. And we know what their strengths are, guys, that they can still rush the ball for 5 to 7 yards a carry. It might not be 23 miles an hour like Boster, whatever he runs, but it's still productive.
And it keeps the chains moving.
And it keeps the chains moving. And then our quarterback don't got to go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 5, 4th and 8.
I'm willing to bet you don't have that many 4th down conversions or attempts because you don't get that many 4th downs if you were running the ball successfully.
If you're running the ball more. If you're running the ball more.
Let's get through these contributions and we can go home, man, because this is crazy. JB, that's it. Lance Mitchell equals speed. So why not run outside zone when speed kills on the edge instead of Kyle runs powerhouse? We've been asking the same question all night long, bro. None of us on here get it. We do
agree. Or at least I agree. So
no. We all agree with the question here.
Yeah, JB, that's it. I can't answer the question, unfortunately. Thank you for the contribution. I tell you what, I agree with you. But our answer is it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. We can't find logic behind it, man. Easy Tino, thanks for the contribution, everybody. It says Kyle has a black and brown quarterback problem. Didn't want Cap in 2017. Watson and Mahomes not scouted. RG3 career destroyed largely due to injury under Kyle. I'm not going to say it's a problem. I don't think they draft Lance without Kyle's approval. I don't think that the Lance pick was a John Lynch pick. I don't. I just think that Kyle is so. I don't want to use the word stubborn because that's the word that's been going around, is that he's stubborn, right? I don't want to use that word. I just think that he's so stern and so. I think that Kyle is hyper aware of everybody's abilities, and he just feels that Lance isn't ready. So he wants people to know it's not Lance time yet, like y'all think it is. I think that Kyle and Lynch sat down and said, we need a quarterback. Who is the guy? This guy's going to go number 1. This guy's going to go number 2. Which of the remaining guys do you want? They had an opportunity to get Mac if they wanted. They had an opportunity to get Trask if they wanted. They had an opportunity to get Mills if they wanted. They didn't want those guys. Kyle didn't want those guys. He wanted Lance. I think he wanted Lance, and he wanted Lance when he was ready for Lance. That's what it is. I honestly think that's what it comes down to. I don't think that he has a problem with black quarterbacks. I don't. But I appreciate the contribution. Thank you for it very much, man. We appreciate it. James is back in here again. He's been a Niner fan since '86. Lot number 1. Kyle is my most frustrating coach ever because we know what he should be able to do. You know, James, this is what I went into this game with. And Breezy can tell you, I've said it multiple times on the shows, it's all about expectations. And I said it, I'm not going into this game expecting anything. I thought we would win. I hoped that we would win, but I didn't expect shit. And when you have expectations, and those expectations aren't met, you get frustrated and annoyed. And so, James, you have frustrations because you expect Kyle to do better than what he's currently doing. That's what that is to me. If you guys have a different opinion, please elaborate on it, explain, expound on it. If I didn't say some of the stuff that you were thinking, this is your time, fellas. Go ahead.
No, you make a great point. I mean, we've seen what he's been able to do. So once you see it and you know that it works, from what we had prior to Kyle on the offensive side of the ball, once you see it and you know it works, yeah, it kind of does set the expectation. So I think right now what we need to do is we need to temper those expectations. We clearly see that he himself is not ready for Trey Lance to be our starting quarterback. But we also know that he's limited as a play caller when Jimmy Garoppolo is in the game. So we have to temper our expectations with what we're seeing from Kyle this year until he's finally ready to put Trey Lance out there. So, and I think he'll only be ready to really fully unleash Trey if it happens this year. And again, I don't wish anything bad on any player, but if he finally does unleash Trey and it looks like he wants to do it, it'll only be because Jimmy got a season-ending injury and he has no choice. He's forced into moving forward with Trey Lance. We got to go because Breezy falling asleep.
And he on mute and don't know it. That's crazy.
That's because my cat was meowing.
The cat that I just met recently. All right, here's another one from Bailey, man. He says this offense has the potential to be better than the 2019 Falcons or just as good as the 2019 team. Why isn't Kyle calling to the strengths of his players?
I don't know if it has that, because that piece had Julio Jones, and so like when you I'm not, and then at that moment Julio was like the man, like he was like damn near unguardable. We don't have that type of receiver, like you know what I mean. We don't have that speed with the size that can run the routes, and we don't have that type of accurate quarterback. That wasn't Matt Ryan's first year. That was Matt Ryan's like 6th, 7th, 8th year, right? Like he was seasoned, and so he had a seasoned quarterback with a good wide receiver. They didn't have the best run game.
He was the best wide receiver in the league at the time.
Yeah, but they didn't have the best run game. They had Coleman and freaking Freeman, Devontae Freeman, right? So they were a good one to punch, but they weren't the highlight. And they didn't have the best tight end in the game neither. They had some tight ends, some serviceable guys. But they had
Tony Gonzalez, bro.
During that Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl year?
No.
Not the Super Bowl year, but when we played them, they didn't get to the Super Bowl. But the year before that, and then when we played them, they had Tony. Oh, wait, Kyle wasn't there then. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Tony's been retired for a minute, dog.
Yeah. I went all the way back to 2012.
No, but they did have a tight end, but it wasn't Tony Gonzalez. Like they did have
Hooper?
a tight end.
Was it Hooper? Who they had? Hold on.
It was Austin Hooper.
Austin Hooper.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
before he went to Cleveland,
I get why they're saying that we have some better like individual pieces, but that Julio changed up their whole offense, man. Like,
y'all gonna think I'm crazy when I say I think we have a Julio type receiver here.
I don't.
Who, Ayuk?
Yes, I do. I just think we have a quarterback that hasn't been able to take advantage of what he can do downfield.
Well, if he is going to be a Julio type receiver, can we get his ass off a punt return?
That's what Wayne been saying.
Can we get him off a punt return? Because I'll be honest, not that I'm hating on him or not. He hasn't provided a spark in that area. He's sure-handed. Yeah, he hasn't had a fumble, I don't believe.
He almost fumbled one today.
But he has not provided a spark. I have not seen one big punt return from Brandon Ayuk. So get him from that position. Either put Travis Benjamin back there or let Travis Benjamin go, let Trent Cannon go, because I think whoever picked up Simba Webster, let him go, and I think he might be a free agent. Bring Simba Webster back put him in the return game.
That was the Bears, yeah. The Bears just released him, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the spark that we needed in the return. I mean, Trent Cannon, I know that he fucked up last game. He provided a spark, and they tried to go around him today, and they didn't use him today. I would have rather have seen him back there than the guys that we had.
Yeah.
And when we heard from Hightower this week, he praised Trent. Yeah, he had 2 bad plays, but that was just him trying to do a little bit too much. When you lose the ball, you're supposed to fall on it. He got up and tried to make another play afterwards, and he ended up losing it after that. And he knows now, and he said, we appreciate the spark that he provided. He's got a value on our special teams. He said all the right things, but they didn't put him back out there. So the lips aren't matching the actions. They're not matching. It's not lining up right now. Bailey, man, we appreciate the contribution. Here's another one from J-Dog. He says the Kyle hire is like a bag of chips with 90% air in it. we got play. So I could tell that J-Dog likes hers, because hers chips are the ones that's mad air in the bag. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
So was the Washington shits or whatever them joints. Washers. They start with a W. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
But the chips are still good.
They're good. Chips are good. The chips are good.
Chips are still good, and that's what we got to be mindful of. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to go out there and make sure that we are getting what we expect from these, and that's just not what happened. That's all. It's not what happened. We need Kyle to get back into his bag, get back to the basics, man. It was just too much passing on a night that we weren't getting blown out. I didn't understand it. It was too much the ball in Trey's hand and let Trey make the decision. He's a rookie. You're supposed to protect your rookie. I don't know if I would have seen a rookie go out there and not have support from the running backs like what we saw tonight. People keep wanting to say, oh, let's compare him to Fields' first start and all that. I promise you, the running backs for Fields had more carries than what we saw tonight from our running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you that. I know he got sacked 9 times and all that stuff, but I promise you they ran the ball more than what we ran the ball tonight with our running backs.
Facts.
I promise that. Without having to look it up. I guarantee you they had double the attempts for their running backs than what we had for the night. At least double. And that's not acceptable, man. It's just not acceptable. Jeff, he says, comes down to corners. I'll say it again. Our corners are trash. Talk about leading the league in pass interference and penalty yards. I didn't know that we were leading the league in that category. And y'all gonna think I'm caping here, but I don't think that the corners were too bad tonight. I don't think they were too bad.
I mean, the PI calls on there was one on Norman. How many? It was one PI on Norman, and then he got called for holding. Do we have any other PIs?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But the Norman PI was a little suspect. The holding one I got, he kind of like grabbed a little bit of the jersey. But the other one was like, I don't know. He's just a physical DB. They're gonna call that on him every time.
And we were also, this is what people are keeping in mind. And I know people don't want to hear it because we just lost, but we were going up against one of the best wide receiving corps in the NFL. Like, you go down the list of the players that they got over. They got AJ Green, they got DeAndre Hopkins, and they got a bunch of young guys who are fast as fuck over there. And so for us to do what we did against those guys, like how many? I don't even think they passed for 200 yards tonight, did they?
Yeah.
No, I think Kyler had like 230, something like that.
Kyler passed for 210 yards tonight. That's not a lot.
I got Kyler passed for 239 yards.
I don't know what I'm looking at the stats right now, and it says passing yards 22 or 31 for 210 yards.
I'm looking at the stats, and it says 22 for 31, 239 yards and a touchdown.
How yours different than mine? Look, it's right there. It say 231. I mean 210.
No, is that team or is that him?
Yeah. So okay, I know what it is. I know what happened.
He passed for 230, but then if you take away the sacks,
you take away the sack yards. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. Because his sacks were big. Because he likes to do that turnaround and retreat shit.
Oh, yeah, 29 yards. Yeah.
So that's
because on DJs, I think he lost 14 yards alone on that one.
Right, just on that one. Right. So I mean, it really, but that wasn't the reason we lost this game. This is a really, really good wide receiving core that they got, and their player that had the most yards was Hopkins. Hopkins was going crazy, and then you had Moore who had 59. So yeah, 87 for Hopkins, 50, no 100-yard receiver.
No 100 yards though.
No 100 yards for a running back. I mean, their rushers, Moore, the same guy, had 38 yards, and he was their leading rusher. So we did what we were supposed to do on the defensive side of the ball. Again, I'm not going to let this go easily. This was the highest scoring team in the NFL.
Yep.
And we held them to less than half of what they averaged per night in total score. And that was with us going for it on fourth down 5 times, only converting once. There's no excuse. We should have won this game, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
We should have won this game.
49ers right now, they should be sitting at 5-0.
Legitly we should be sitting at 5-0.
Yep.
But
So, all right, guys, let's go home, man. Let's get ready to take this out of here. Y'all know what it is. It's final thoughts. What y'all got, fellas?
Go ahead, Mose.
I said it earlier. I'll say it again. Kyle Shanahan need a reality check, and whether John Lynch steps up and has a one-on-one man-to-man come to Jesus conversation with him, whether it's Jed York sitting him in his office and saying, look, you're not on the hot seat right now, but you got to get it together. Over these next 2 weeks, Kyle need a reality check. He needs to really determine where he wants his career to go as the head coach of this team. He needs to really figure out how he plans to function as a head coach for this team and move this team forward, coming out of the bye and finishing out the season strong. So I think we have all the players to do it. Yeah, we've gone through some injuries, but our guys have battled at every level. Our guys have battled. Our offensive line looks better than last year. Our defensive line is getting after it. Look at Nick Bosa. He's got a sack in every game but one. Linebackers are doing good. Secondary, as patchwork as it is, like you said, Mike, they played well tonight. They weren't a hindrance. Our running backs, both of our rookies, Mitchell and Sermon, have been playing well. They should have got more carries. We have the players. We have all the talent in the world on this roster to do well. And today, I don't think there was a problem with execution. I think there was a problem with play calling. So right now, the players are focused. They're still motivated. They're still hungry. They know what we have. Kyle has to have a real look into himself and get some things figured out and come out with a renewed energy and vigor and get this team back to playing how we know we can play.
Absolutely, man. Well said. Well said. Jonathan says, Niner gang, we could just as easily be 5-0, a play here or there. We're gonna be straight, bang bang Niner gang, and that's what the guys were saying, man. We were just a couple plays away from being 5-0. Jeff says, comes down to the corners. Oh wait, we said this already. We read this one already, right? Yeah. All right, so my bad. All right, Breezy, final thoughts, bro.
Well, we're going into our bye week, guys. So be prepared for a lot of content, a lot of us trying to figure out ways that the 49ers can't continue to turn this around, man. They're below 500 right now. They're in last place. They're in exactly the place I said that they were going to be in when you guys asked me who was the best team in the division, and I said it wasn't the 49ers because they're going to have to come out here and figure it out. I put everybody in front of us, and it was mainly because of the quarterback play. And so now that we have our quarterback, which we still don't know if it's Jimmy. We still don't know if it's going to be Trey. Like, the 49ers are going to be in some type of turmoil trying to figure that out. And I think Kyle Shanahan is going to have to do what Mo says. He's going to have to take a look in the mirror and make a freaking decision. So either sit Trey Lance or sit Jimmy. Like, you gotta decide. Can't have it both ways because you're confusing up the time with your offensive line. You're confusing up the timing with your wide receivers. You're confusing up the timing with the handoffs. If you go back and watch this game, Trey Lance missed like 3 fake handoffs. Luckily, they were fake, but they were like to the wrong side or whatnot. That could be because it's rookie or whatever. Who knows? All I know is that Kyle Shanahan does need to do some of the things that Mose was saying and more. Kyle Shanahan needs to be held accountable, and once he does that, once he holds himself accountable for the mistakes that he's making, I think that this team will be able to turn it around. They don't have a super easy stretch coming up, but they got a game where they can win 3 or 4 in a row. All right, so get past the Colts, start there. You're going to be at home. 49ers will be back home. Pack that stadium out, faithful. Show the 49ers that you're there. And then beat the Colts by any means necessary. And then you got Arizona again. And then you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be crucial. Like, but they can do it, is what I'm saying. Like, they can do. Who do we play after the Colts? My bad. It might not be Arizona.
Chicago.
They got Chicago, right? So, and that's on Halloween night. These are winnable games. Winnable games. All right. Colts don't look that good on defense as we thought they were going to be. Well, guess what? We do good against good defenses. We do. The 49ers just got to come out there, run the right plays, and execute. They could do that. The 49ers could find themselves on a 2-game winning streak going back into another stretch of their season.
Cassidy, yeah. I disagree.
He was better today.
Yeah, today is different than overall because we've owned the Cardinals. We've owned the Cardinals. I'm not going to let tonight dictate how I feel.
I feel like we own the Rams. I feel like we always split with the Cardinals.
Yeah, but the Cardinals, the losses that we have against the Cardinals usually involve a major injury to our offensive plan, if that makes any sense to you. Even tonight, people are going to say, oh, we didn't have George Kittle. We didn't have our starting quarterback, whatever. Like, you can sit here and make excuses.
Okay.
And you can say that Kyle just abandoned the run game. If Kyle was in his bag the way he was supposed to be, I think we win this game. We control the clock even more than what we did, and the game is over. But like my man here says, or a woman, I don't know who this is, a loss is a loss.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're dealing with tonight, guys. My final thoughts are going to be this, man. Whoever the 49ers decide to trot out following the bye week, be prepared for that to be your quarterback for the remainder of the season. I don't know if it's going to be Jimmy. I believe it's going to be Jimmy, based off of what Kyle said tonight in his presser. I believe it's going to be Jimmy. But 2 weeks is a long time to sit there and reflect.
It's a long time.
And so if Kyle decides to rock with Jimmy Faithful, then that's going to be the guy.
And we got to support it.
Yeah, we got to get in here and we got to get behind it. And then we got to adjust and adapt to what we think is going to be. I don't know what was going on tonight. I don't know if Kyle outsmarted himself. I don't know if Kyle was absolutely trying to just prove a point, which I think is what was going on. But, we have to be ready for whatever it is. Good game, Niner Nation. See you again soon. Go Cards. Hey, thanks for watching. We appreciate you coming in and showing support. Cardinals fan, it is what it is. We'll see you all again, and we'll see if it goes the same way. But my final thoughts are more along the lines of patience. We have to exercise some patience, especially if you guys are talking about Trey Lance. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. If Trey Lance is not the quarterback going forward, I don't want to see him on the gadget plays.
No.
Don't ask him to come in and bail out Jimmy.
No.
On the 3rd and shorts or the 4th and shorts.
Yeah.
Just stick with your guy. Let Trey learn the way he's supposed to learn and just move on from that point.
Yeah.
Stop with the back and forth bullshit, getting the faithful's hopes up, and then not running the game that the faithful expect to see.
That's it.
We see you going in there and operating with Jimmy and then calling Trey in when Jimmy struggles, but then you turn around and you give us a game plan that don't add up to what we were seeing all season long. Don't do that to the faithful. We, the faithful, deserve more than what we saw tonight. We deserve more. And so when Kyle can give that to us, we are willing to go out on our shield. I don't know how many of y'all watched the boxing match last night, but if you watch Wilder and Fury, Wilder went out the way he wanted to go out. Don't pull me out. Don't throw in the towel. Don't try to knock me down and say I'm done. Wait till I'm knocked out. Wait till I'm knocked out and then call the fight. Don't wait till you think I'm hurt. No, because I still got this right hand that can end any fight at any moment. Okay? Until we are out, we still in it, guys. And that's the way I feel. Right now, the Niners are 2-3. We got a 3-game stretch coming up that is very winnable for either quarterback that is coming in. So, faithful, don't pack it up. Don't go home yet. Don't quit on the team. Stay patient. Try to find some understanding in here. And let's just hope that we can at least understand what's happening. I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it one more time here. The difference between genius and crazy is being able to explain yourself and get people to understand why you make the decisions that you make. That's the only difference between genius and crazy, is being able to explain it to somebody else and get them to understand. So if Kyle can explain what happened tonight and we can get an understanding out of it, then cool. He's a genius. If he can't, and we can't wrap our heads around it, this motherfucker's crazy.
He's crazy. Cuckoo. Asylum, yo. Arkham. Real talk.
Yeah, he's just fucking crazy, man. That's it. That's what I got for you guys. So that's gonna do it for us tonight. I want to thank you all for jumping in, man. Mose, I know you were busy. I'm glad you weren't on the toilet, bro. Breezy, I know you tired, man. I thank you for sticking tough. I know you got a long day ahead of you. Be kind to those students. Don't take it out on them. All right. And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna rock out the way that we always do. Faithful, that's gonna do it tonight. Mose, do you know how we sign off here?
I think so.
We're gonna find out. Y'all ready? I'm gonna point this out. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful.
That boy good. That boy good. That boy good.
Do I gotta say the last part too?
No, we out of here, y'all.
Okay,
Peace.
you got it.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing